Hello everybody, hello everybody, it's me, Agnes. Welcome to the 2015 MOATAIF New Year's Eve special. What a whirlwind year for me, Agnes. In 2015 I met Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Alimony Sanchez. We fell madly in love. He had recently divorced his first wife, Aretha DeMarco. It took him a while to invite me back to his house because, as I soon found out, he had allowed a change in his basement. It was his son, Bilo. Bilo was the product of accidental condom breakage. Alimony spilled his load inside Aretha, but they were unaware that the seed had made its way from sperm to zygote and was growing a child. Aretha continued to drink, smoke, and do hard drugs while sleeping around on poor, sweet Alimony. When, 9 months later, little Bilo popped out while Aretha was having anal sex with De Quadro, it was a shock to everyone involved. Aretha and Alimony fought over whether to kill Bilo or keep him. Alimony wanted to kill him. Aretha wanted to raise him until the average life expectancy of Aretha. When things went south, Aretha left Alimony and Bilo alone in Springfield. Enter Agnes. I was just entering my 10th year at Johnny Little Minimum Security Prison in Springfield, Ohio, home of the AIDS. My boss, Jeff Turner, was the scum of the earth, but I loved working with the people we incarcerated. Most were in for minor drug offenses, but some were in for the all-time worst crimes. Murder and grand larceny. JLMSP prides itself on its community outreach. One of our most popular programs is our rehabilitation program, where counselors try to normalize our actions for the real world. That's how I met Alimony Sanchez. He was interested in the course, but was more interested in my tits. I took him into the supply room and sucked him like a Capri Sun until I had gotten every drop of cum out of his nice cock. I knew from that moment on, he was hooked. When we were married 3 days later, he took me into our new home. That's when I heard the constant screaming of a chained in the basement. I heard a carnal rage in his voice. I heard a man in need of a sexual release. So one night, I crept downstairs and I took a peek down Bilo's shorts and saw what I like to see. A soft 5-inch penis. Room to grow. I started stroking his cock to wake him up. At full length, it was 7.5 inches. Damn. I knew exactly where he got it from. Alimony had a nice cock size as well. Bilo, in talk, asked me who I was and what that nice feeling was in his penis. I said, "Hello, Bilo. I am Agnes. I am your stepmom, and that nice feeling in your penis is because I'm jerking you off." He seemed okay with incest. So I slid out of my panties and lowered myself on his cock. It was so nice. I loved it. I could feel his carnal instincts take over and his needs as a man overcame my own needs as a woman. After he was spent, I went and crawled next to my husband, Alimony, and slept like a baby who had just been fucked in the pussy. This went on for months without Alimony finding out until he found me passed out covered in Bilo's semen. He beat me and Bilo with belts and boards with nails sticking out of them. He kicked me out of the house and soon after I heard he killed himself. I started writing an album about Bilo and alimony in my own life. When Jeff Turner, my boss, heard it, he fired me for loving incest. I am currently living on unemployment and working for Zach and RJ. I'm so confused as to where my life is going. But I am grateful to have met Zach and RJ and found this creative release. It is so nice being able to air my feelings every week. I am looking forward to more resolution in 2016. My main goal is to rescue Bilo from wherever he is and hook up with that sweet, sweet cock again. Happy New Year, folks. Make 2016 a good one. I'll talk to you later at the end of the show, but for now, please welcome Zach Roberts and special guest host, Hannah Campbell.
Hello, everybody. Hello, it's me.
Oh, you're just jumping into it.
It's me, Zach Roberts. Hello. Hello, Hannah Campbell.
Hey.
RJ, decided that he was too important to... Hey, this pin. Hey. I've been looking for this. This is what I used to mark off my calendar. Oh. And it's just been tucked in right here. I'm already out of things to talk about.
What are we going to do?
I'm just kidding. RJ is hanging out with Stephanie Duvall, his girlfriend. Her name's actually Stephanie Wade. I just like to call her Stephanie Duvall because it's a character that I created, you know? I think there's actually shit in this room somewhere.
There probably is.
It smells like actual feces.
It smelled like, really interesting when I walked back in.
Yeah, it smelled like actual feces, and I think... Well, this happened the other night. It smelled really bad.
And you couldn't figure out why?
And I couldn't figure out why, so I think there's just shit in the
vent?
In the vent.
Somebody shit in the vent?
Yeah. It's probably me, but it wasn't.
You shit in your own vent?
Yeah. Or, like, just a mouse died in there. That could be.
Oh, God. It didn't smell like rotting, though.
It smells like actual excrement.
Like dirty person. Like, it smelled like... You've been living in here for like 3 weeks and have not been like out and like showered or anything.
But I have, I promise.
I know you have. Like, I know you have.
Yeah, because like you've seen me.
Yeah.
In the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like we've been there.
Almost daily.
So for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a MOATAIF special on New Year's Eve. That would go from about 3 hours. It started out as like it was like an hour-long special, and then a 90-minute special, and then I was like, well, let's just do it fucking 3 hours.
So here we are.
Bear with us. It might get boring at some point, but the idea was to like spend the last few hours of 2015 reflecting on 2015 and all the stuff that made it probably the worst year of my life.
It's been a shitty year.
It wasn't the worst year of my life.
No, it wasn't my worst year
I think the worst year of my life was 2014.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think that was the worst. Yeah.
I think 2015 actually might have been my worst year.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you did have a lot of bad stuff.
I had a lot of shitty things happen.
Yeah, which we will get into
the
next...
Don't you worry.
We have 2 hours and 50 minutes left.
How
is this ever going to happen?
What are we doing?
At some point, like
we need more Coke.
We have plenty of Coke.
we got 13 bottles.
Yeah, I have 13 2 liters of Coke in my room right now. Because Pretzel Maker gave me a $20 gift card for...
Did you say what?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I spent it all it was a Target gift card. And
they had a 5 for 5 deal.
And they had a 5 for 5 deal on the 2 liters, so I spent all of it on 22 liters. It was great. Well worth it. I've been drinking them nonstop, like daily. As you would, you know. The rate right now is about 1 2-liter a day.
No shit, really?
Yeah, about 1 2-liter a day. Which is probably why I will die in 2016.
That'll be the worst year of your life
like
because
I will
you'll
die.
be dead.
Yeah, it can't get any worse.
God.
So like I feel like a lot of stuff happened in 2015, but as I was like looking back, it didn't. like this year, I mean, a lot of
has it been slow?
Like
for
a
you?
lot of stuff happened in 2015, but not to me.
No, like in general, things have happened, but not to me.
Like I feel like 2013 was like 2012. Okay, let's go all the way back to like 2010. I started high school.
I graduated high school.
Yeah, like I didn't. I started high school in 2009, but like I did like the musical, all that stuff. 2011 was Summer Bonanza. 2011.
Yeah,
like,
y'all know that.
The campaign. Then 2012.
Then
2013, I graduated high school. Moved to Chicago. 2014, immediately moved back, heartbroken, clinically depressed. Spent most of the year in a deep, dark depression, stole from my best friend, didn't talk to him for a long time.
Yeah.
Then 2015 came.
Yeah.
And in comparison to all those, it was just very uneventful.
It seems very uneventful because this past year is like you've done big things.
Yeah.
And then this year you've worked at Pretzel Maker.
Yeah.
Pizza
Yeah,
Hut.
exactly. Yeah.
And I'm not saying those are bad things. I'm saying it's just
you also work at Pretzel
I work at Pretzel Maker,
yeah.
but not Pizza Hut. I work, but no, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, you just needed a down year, I think.
Yeah, and that was it for
This
sure.
was it.
Like, but the thing is, like, I'm looking forward to things in 2016, but really they aren't like big things. Like, they're just fun events.
And you never know
what
what
I mean?
could happen.
Yeah.
Like, there could be something that you don't expect.
Yeah.
So
I could meet the love of my life next year.
you
I
can meet
won't.
the love of your life tomorrow. You can meet your love.
I think I already did.
Oh no, thanks.
Yeah.
But I'm already taken.
Yeah, I'm already taken.
I
You
don't know.
spoke up too late.
Yeah.
I love somebody else, so you'll just have to wait.
Oh god, that is the fucking saddest thing I've ever
Isn't it?
heard
But
in my
see,
life.
It's a country song, so.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so
this is the thing that I don't understand. It was. I'll just sing the whole song for you. My little third grade hand wrote "I love you." No. I mean, we have 2 hours, but
You
like
probably
no.
could.
So it was the story of the song is that this little boy in third grade writes a note to a girl,
Yeah.
and she's like professing his love,
In third grade.
which is fake because it's third grade. Like,
And you don't know what love
You don't know
is.
what love is. I mean, I thought I was in love with Brittany Fields in kindergarten.
You
so
thought you were in love with a lot of people.
yeah, I did. Yeah, up until like just a few days ago when I got stood up for McDonald's.
God,
Yeah.
that
was bad.
Oh, that
we'll get
pissed
to
me
that.
off.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That'll end up on the countdown.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Is that Ryan Seacrest?
yeah,
Okay.
we're on the TV. We're watching Dick Clark's New Year's Eve special, which is because it's like memorialized to Dick Clark now that he's
Right,
dead,
'cause
but
he's-
it's still Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
Anyway, I usually watch CNN, Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper.
Okay, yeah.
But
I
like
was
we're
gonna-
not watching it,
No,
so
yeah,
it didn't
there's no
matter. You know what I
point,
mean?
yeah.
And like this is the most famous,
Right,
you know.
for sure. It's
Um,
ABC.
Anyway, so he writes this note to this girl, and he's like, "I'm in love with you," and that's what she says. Like, I'm already taken. You spoke up too late. I love somebody else, so you'll just
Taken
have
in
to
third
wait.
grade?
Yeah,
What?
which is like I've never like what?
Sorry, I'm already taken.
Yeah.
Like, she's a hot,
Um,
hot commodity.
So then they I think they go to like high school, and she says the same thing.
Oh.
But then they end up getting married.
Oh.
And then their son asks to
Asks
marry.
her.
He asks the mom, and he's like, and then yeah, and then like she heard him. He said, "Mommy, will you marry me?" And this is what she said. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm already taken.
Wait, is this for real?
You spoke up too late. Yeah, it's real.
No shit. I was
love
kidding.
your daddy's son.
Wait, what?
So you'll just have to wait.
Why did he?
I'm serious.
Why did
Yeah,
the
That's
son
real. That is
ask
for real.
to marry his
Yeah.
mom?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Because people love incest. Like
Agnes
clearly
does.
Agnes loves incest.
Milo.
It's so weird.
God.
But clearly people love incest. And I always thought
Apparently.
that was so weird. But
Who
but
sings
also
that
there's
song?
I don't know. Like Jason Aldean or something like that. I don't know. It's on my country playlist. It's a
Okay.
good song. Like I do like the song,
So
but it
weird.
raises a lot of interesting points. Which the one that I didn't think about until just now is why is she saying like she's just assuming it's gonna end? Like she's she's in these relationships and she's like you'll just have to wait.
Right.
Like, I'm with somebody else. Like but it'll be over. Like you just wait. Just wait.
Because you can't hold her down.
Yeah. Clearly
She is a rolling stone.
Yeah. Yeah. She is a tumbleweed.
She's a tumbleweed in
Yeah.
the wind.
Yeah. What a slut.
She is.
Like, she fucking told
She
her
really
son
is.
that, like, if she waits
Don't
long
worry,
enough, like,
son.
she'll leave her husband. Like,
you can get with me later.
yeah. Like,
Oh,
like
God,
she'll
no.
just wake you up in the middle of the night stroking your cock. Like,
No.
what a great way to wake up, by the way. Like, that would be probably a good way to wake up.
I don't know. See, I'd probably, like, freak out.
Because
And,
you'd be like, oh, this is rape.
yeah, I'd, like, freak out and, like, punch something or something.
Like, if Pancouscous woke you up with fingers inside you.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably,
You'd be like,
freak
why?
out.
Like,
that, and I like sleep, like, a lot.
yeah.
So I'd be like, don't touch me.
Like, don't wake me up. Yeah.
Stop touching me.
Well, and, like, Dylan Borders, just a guy that we went to, we went to high school with.
Okay.
Woke up Ashley Varner by fucking her.
Wait, what?
Yeah. She woke up in the middle of Dylan Borders having sex with her.
Oh.
Isn't that fucked up?
That is
rape.
That is rape.
Like, that is
rape.
actually rape.
That is rape. Rape is not funny.
Rape is not okay.
That is not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
That is terrible.
But, like, when I was told about it, I was like, that's kind of hot. Is that bad? Do I have a rape fetish?
Maybe.
I don't think I do.
Well, no, see, the thing is, like, the idea of, like, somebody being like, come on, let's just do it, and, like, forcing you, and I'm using air quotes here, but, like, forcing you to do it.
Well, but you love BDSM, so.
Okay, yeah, so. But, like, forcing you to do it, but, like, and you're like, no, I'm not going to, I don't want to. But then you, like, actually do it. Like, so that, I don't know, that's kind of, like, hot to me.
Yeah.
But, like, rape?
Well, but I mean, like, think, like, you're, like, maybe I'm just horny. I think that's for sure.
Why are you horny right now?
Well, not right now, but I'm saying,
you're
like,
always horny.
Yeah, but I mean, just, like, just in general, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're so dried up that you're just, like, horny, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't.
It's been such a dry spell, you know what I mean? That's what I mean.
It's been a real dry spell for you.
Yeah, like, an entire life. Yeah.
It's a lifetime of a dry spell.
Yeah. So, like, you know, if I woke up and there was just a person that I was in love with, you know,
Okay, yeah.
and he was just like,
is that them fucking you?
yeah, he's just like, good morning. Like,
oh, like he is fucking you, like
yeah.
he's inside you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
yeah.
I think I'd be like, oh. Like,
Well, yeah, that, okay, like, when you put it like that, like, I guess that's kind of romantic. Like,
yeah, and they
in the
were,
like, if they're not waking you up at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you
Yeah.
have to be up at 5 o'clock, and you're like,
Oh, that
what
would
the
piss
fuck
me
are
off.
you
Yeah, that would piss me
doing?
off.
Like, that pisses
yeah, that
me
would
off.
piss me off. I hate being woken up, like, just anyway. Like, I make sure, like, I was so pissed. So, like, when I go to bed at night, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Like, my
Oh,
phone's
see, I
on
can't do
my
that.
phone's on Do Not Disturb right now. I'm not getting any of these messages that Bree's sending us.
Oh, see, I haven't even looked.
Yeah, because we're, like,
I'm
in the
not
middle of
either,
something,
though,
you know? Like, that's
because
what you do. Like,
My phone's literally not, I don't have service in this house. At all. Ever.
yeah. Hang on.
Dead
This
air.
Is, yeah, this is why I don't text when I'm on the show.
He can't multitask.
And I'm telling RJ, like, what happened in the intro with Agnes. Agnes went nuts in the intro, talked about fucking
It was
Velo
insane.
for 5 minutes.
It was...
She's kind of fucked up.
She's got a dirty mouth on her.
Yeah, she really
You know,
does.
it's weird, because I thought she was an automated voice thing.
Right? Well, that was how her character started.
Oh.
We shouldn't talk about her as a character, because
She's not a character.
person.
She's
yeah.
a person.
Yeah, that's rude.
But
But,
I
like, we
literally,
also-
I've never
yeah.
met her. I've only heard her over the computer.
Yeah.
So
And it's weird because when we talked to her, like, we didn't realize she was a person until a few weeks
So-
into it. Because, like, Artie would have to call from prison
Right.
to talk to do the show, and then eventually, like, he had mentioned in one of the conversations that we had off camera that Agnes, and we were like, who the fuck's Agnes? And he said, like, the operator, and I was like, wait, that's not a machine? So then immediately, like, we had her on the next show, like, we had
Right,
her take
right.
Artie's place.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because we don't have to pay. We pay Agnes, but, like, we had to pay Artie more because you had
yeah.
to put money in his account. Like, we were taking care of Artie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like,
I didn't know that.
because he doesn't have family because
Yeah,
he murdered his wife.
that's right.
You know what I mean? He
It's
murdered
true.
his wife and his brother Steven. We don't know where the fuck Steven went.
No.
Steven was interrogated by the police, and then we never saw him again. Like, they took him away to interrogate him, but that was it. Like, we haven't heard anything else. So then, like, you know, Artie's only remaining family are his 2 kids.
And they're not going to do shit.
And I don't even know where they are. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you where they are to get a hold of them.
I don't know who they are. Such a conspiracy theory.
I know. And so we'd have to give him money to, like, eat and buy
Really?
clothes.
They don't get,
and,
like, free food in
no,
prison?
Not
in
anymore.
Johnny Lytle?
Not anymore, no.
Wow. They
'Cause
get a lot of cutbacks.
It's a for-profit prison.
Oh.
So,
okay.
So they like charge you for
I
everything.
didn't even know they had those.
Yeah, they do though. That's real though.
No,
That is,
are you
like,
serious?
That is real, yeah.
No.
I mean, they usually give you food, but like there
Okay.
are prisons that are designed to make profit.
Well, no, I knew that,
Yeah.
but like I didn't know they were like it's like
Yeah, no,
staying
that
at a
doesn't
hotel.
exist. Yeah,
Like
no, that
we're
doesn't
gonna
exist.
charge you
Yeah.
for the room nightly,
No.
and then
I don't know how they I don't know how for-profit prisons work,
Well-
but Bernie Sanders hates them.
well, yeah. Well, it's kind of like have you ever watched Orange Is the New Black?
Well, yeah.
And they have like
The commissary.
The commissary.
Yeah,
is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what we're referring. That's what we were talking about with Artie. Is like we had to give him money for like
Yeah.
commissary and all that stuff. But at Johnny Lytle, they actually have to pay for their food.
That is so. Either if they don't get any money, they don't eat.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I haven't sent Artie money in a few weeks now that we're paying Agnes. So like I don't know.
Is he eating?
I don't know. But like
He's probably whoring himself out. for some
Probably.
money. Yeah.
Well, because like honestly, like RJ brought it up. He was like Artie is a murderer.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he murdered his wife in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Like and mentally scarred RJ. Like RJ had to go to like mental therapy because of this.
Yeah.
Like RJ ended up like going to a mental hospital this year because Artie killed his wife Petunia
Right.
in my kitchen.
Right.
Like RJ was just coming over to visit and
walked
saw
in.
this carnage like in the kitchen. So he was like, why are we providing for this man? Like he is an actual known convicted murderer.
Right.
He hasn't had a trial yet, so Artie might get out eventually. We don't really know.
Yeah. That's true.
But do we really want to be around a murderer?
No.
That's the real question. Because like part of me is like, Artie is the MOATAIF family. Like he is a member of the family. Like he's part of the history.
Right, but no.
That's not someone you want to be around.
No, I don't
want
to be around him.
Yeah, and like I
don't feel safe.
I think Bree's been in like a few episodes. I know she has like been on a few episodes, but I was trying to see who's been on like more episodes. But I think like both of you have been on enough episodes to need like to have like some sort of say in whether Artie would ever like be around again.
Right.
Because what? Oh, I usually refer to her as BNR in this document.
Oh.
BNR, Shy Longbottom, that was the first one. Special guest BNR, Web Chafee. BNR, Saran Wrap Sex. BNR, Everything's Coming Up Agnes. That was her last episode. That was 1.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. She's been in 4 episodes. I think she has you beat. I think she's got you beat.
Oh, man.
Hannah, 12-inch Dick. Hannah, Emily's Kitchen. And then Hannah now.
Yep.
So this is your 3rd episode of MOATAIF.
Hi.
Welcome back to MOATAIF, Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Artie's... We'll have to see. It really all depends on if his trial goes to court. I mean, it will go to court because that's what trials do.
Yep.
But, it really all depends on how his trial goes, whether he's... Because he might be in prison for the rest of his life, or he might be sentenced to death,
yeah, I was
honestly.
going to say the death penalty.
We don't know.
Most likely.
But a lot has happened on MOATAIF this year. It's been...
For sure.
Well, this year, it's the only year it's ever
that
happened.
we've ever done it.
Yeah, this is the 22nd episode.
Wow,
that interesting?
that is interesting.
That's like we've done it for 22 weeks, but I know that's not true because we did like 3 episodes one week and then skipped a few weeks.
Why'd you do that?
Because we were going to do the week of MOATAIF on Thanksgiving, and we were going to do 5 episodes that week.
But you didn't.
Because that was the week RJ stopped talking to us.
But for good reasons.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know about
but
good,
one of the... Well, bad reasons.
Bad reasons,
yeah,
but he got
a logical reason.
The help
yeah.
he needed.
Another, one of the main things that happened this year on MOATAIF and in our life was Latricia, the ghost that haunts my house.
Right. Is she still haunting your house?
I haven't really experienced anything, but sometimes in the middle of the night...
I feel cold spots every now and then.
Yeah, and she's probably the one... It's probably like that
smell. That's probably the smell.
The smell is probably her, because ghost hunters always said that ghosts smell. Like, you can smell sometimes a ghost.
Sometimes a ghost.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can smell a ghost. yeah, so we were listening. I hadn't really... it got real bad towards Halloween, but, like, at the beginning, it was, I didn't even know. It was small things. Like, we would hear, like, EVPs, like, as we listened to the show. As we were uploading the show, we would hear EVPs throughout. And it was frightening, to say the least, so we tried to contact her. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we did that, they always say you should never contact a spirit.
Yeah,
especially using a Ouija board. But we... as atheists, thought that was bullshit, and so we just did it, and then that opened up a whole world of shit.
Of ghosts.
They abducted him, essentially.
They did.
They took RJ into the spirit realm.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
held him in captivity and forced him to pleasure...
fuck his way to the top.
Yeah, pleasure all 16 angels and Latricia. Oh my God. And for really no reason, like, we never really learned...
why?
We never really learned, like, why even Latricia was haunting this house.
Yeah, we
don't know.
I don't know.
We had a medium come, Shania Longbottom, came and was trying to help us out, but I think, like, we figured out, like, when RJ got out of the spirit realm, that Shania was Latricia, just in a human form.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy that we were, like, face to face with a ghost.
Yeah, and you didn't even know it.
And, like, then she, like, made us bleed on candles and all that weird shit. But we were able to document it. Like, it was
I watched
shit.
it, and it was intense.
Yeah.
You should submit that to, like,
Ghost
Hunters or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. When we started the show, we had no idea really what it was going to be. Like, we just thought it'd be, like, a discussion show, like, we'd have a topic and we would discuss it, and that's kind of what it started out as.
Yeah.
Like, it was like politics.
I listened to the first episode, and you guys talked about Pizza Hut.
And politics.
And
it was kind of boring.
Yeah,
first episode. Bit. We hadn't really, like, hit our stride yet.
Yeah.
And then, like, when Latricia happened, that was where it's finally, like, started to take off. Like,
I think she helped in a way.
Oh, yeah. She was definitely... Someone was watching over us when they haunted us with Latricia.
Sure.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe, like, Latricia's always been here, or if it was, like, something brought her
something
about.
Something sent her, or something brought her.
And I couldn't tell you. Because our only medium that we ever knew was Latricia. Like, was Latricia, yeah. So really, she wasn't even a medium. Like, she was just telling us what she thought. Like, she would just be like, yeah, Latricia, she probably wants blood. Like but she did. Like, because...
Obviously.
She could have just said, like, I am Latricia, like, you will bleed on these candles, and I will give you
blood.
RJ. Like, yeah, like, she didn't have to go through all that.
What do they do with the blood when they get it? Like, do they keep it, or...
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's, like, trying to come back in a physical form.
Oh,
maybe
so she has to
do
collect human...
DNA through blood,
yeah.
And also semen. Maybe that's why.
Oh,
and I wonder, that could be. Like,
yeah.
she might be back sometime soon.
She might.
You never know.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with Latricia?
I don't know.
She's so terrifying.
She's scary.
It was pretty bad.
It
for
was
a while
really
there.
scary.
Like, she
I watched you in your closet up in your room.
Yeah, like, as all that stuff was flying around. Like, it was fucking scary.
That was scary.
Yeah, I think Artie and Latricia really, like, helped the show, and now now we got Agnes. And I don't have no message.
I do. I don't know why.
Oh, because you probably haven't read them yet.
Oh, yeah,
and it was like me saying things, and I was like,
Sarah
sad.
messaged me too.
Oh, Pancouscous.
Pancouscous.
That's someone we gotta talk about later.
It really is, though.
So basically, I think this was a pretty good year for Austin's Exia Zero, at least.
Yeah.
Because after I reconciled with RJ, which is another bullet point.
You should stick to the bullet points.
I know.
It's hard, though.
I know, because it's like, you want to cover everything, but conversations just naturally
you can't
bounce
help
around.
How conversations happen.
When I reconciled with RJ, we started just making more videos together.
Which is what you guys do. I mean, that's what brought you together.
Like, this is the 8th season of Austin's Exit
That
Zero.
is insane.
Isn't that weird?
That's like... How many episodes or seasons of The Office are there?
9.
Look at that.
I know, right? It's not anywhere even, like, remotely.
No, but, like, that was the last
yeah.
thing we just watched, so.
Yeah, it was, it's the 8th season, and season 7 was slow. Like, there were 9 videos.
Yeah.
In the entire year.
Yeah, I didn't watch season 7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Where Are They Now is pretty good. Or not Where Are They Now. Will It Dildo is pretty good.
I watched that one.
Yeah.
That was one of them I watched.
Yeah, that's a good
after
video.
we started talking again.
Yeah.
Which we will get to.
Yeah. We brought back Zach's vlog. We started MOATAIF. We started Records. and then you and RJ are back and making videos with us, and it was
fun.
a good year. It was a good year for videos. I think it was
a lot of
busy year,
original ideas,
and really it wasn't a busy year because we didn't make video. We didn't. I think season 8 started in like August.
Yeah.
But since then we've posted like season 4 is on track to be the longest season of Austin, or season 8 is on track to be the longest season of Austin's X
Oh wow.
Like right now it has like 55 videos.
Holy shit.
And like the longest season is season 2 with 66.
Was I in season 2?
No.
Oh.
That was like me and Austin Studebaker.
Oh yeah,
era.
okay, yeah.
You came into like season 4.
Okay.
Like Summer Bonanza 2011 era.
The good season.
Yeah. Well, it was good at the time.
We thought it was
good. We thought it was so good at the time.
We thought we
it was
were
so good
funny
at the time, but now like I look at them
looking back
and, like,
it's like
it's
cringe.
cringeworthy.
Oh, it's so
anything
bad.
like now it's like 2012 and anything before that
but, like,
makes me cringe.
The thing is, like, it's like home movies. They're memories, and I think that's why I like watching them still.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see, like, I don't know, it's just funny.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah, it is a time capsule.
Yeah. Yep.
We already ran out of stuff.
Well, we have so many bullet points, but like
we're overwhelmed.
Yeah, where I'm
it's only 9:30. Oh my god, it's only 9:30.
I know, and we've
already gone through
we
like.
We just need to talk slower.
Why are you taking your pants off?
Well, I'm just undoing them because like the way I was sitting, it was very uncomfortable.
He's taking his pants off.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna jerk me off.
No,
like at midnight.
I'm not though.
Please.
No. I won't.
I won't do that.
I refuse.
Yeah. So, I mean, but really for, like, MOATAIF and Austin 600, you can't really, like, go into much detail. Like, it's just like, yeah, it was a good year. Like, there were a lot of good videos. There was a lot of good times. A lot of good memories have been made. A lot of good videos. And we have more. Like, we have more good ideas for 2016.
We have so many ideas.
To start off with, right off the bat. We're Waterlogged Revisited.
Oh, for sure.
The Search for Gina Lee. That's something I didn't tell you about.
You didn't tell me about that. I don't know what that is.
Well, you know Gina.
No. Oh, Gina.
Yeah.
Gina.
Oh, Gina. Like,
I was like, who's Gina?
Yeah, The Search for Gina Lee.
Is that her last name?
Yeah. Isn't that stereotypical?
Very stereotypical.
Yeah. Gina is our corporate representative at Pretzel Maker.
Yep.
She works at Son & Song Accountancy.
Yep.
In California, and we want to see what she looks like.
Yep.
That's our only goal. And so I thought it would be a good video to kind of document our search. Kind of like a private investigator kind of thing.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good ideas of how to get this photo, and like I think, especially once we get RJ on board and like helping, we will
like a computer wizard.
Find a picture of her.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into too much detail because like it still is going to be a video.
Yeah. So no.
But that's something that we're working on. And then we also wanted to do the time capsule.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the thing.
We have to do that before March.
Yeah. We were gonna do it before Nicholas left for Alabama,
which we did not do.
But we did not. It was like too much stuff all at once.
Well, we didn't know if Nicholas was coming back, so that's why we wanted to do it.
Yeah, but now he is coming back, at least for a while,
for a little bit,
for a few months at least. We have a lot of episodes of Records planned. Here's the thing with Records. RJ and I love Records. Like, we love making records.
Yeah.
We love the idea of records. Mm-hmm. We love the process of, listening to the records, reviewing it, making the video, editing the video, and posting the video. Mm-hmm. Like, we like the whole process, of records. But it's weird because it's the first series that I've done where I'm like upset that people don't watch it.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of the time, like, I've always posted videos and wanted people to watch them, obviously.
Well, yeah, because that's why you do it.
But I always knew that, like, it was mostly just for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I knew it was for our friend group. When we started MOATAIF, like, we genuinely thought no one would listen to it but us.
Yeah.
Like, me and RJ. Not anybody else. Like,
right.
Because it was like a half hour to an hour long podcast of just us talking.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was anything anybody would be interested in.
Right.
And even our friends, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Bree doesn't listen to MOATAIF, and I don't blame her. Like,
right.
It's something we enjoy doing, but I never thought anybody would ever listen to it. So when Nicholas was like, yeah, I love it. Like, I love MOATAIF. Like, it's a good show.
Right.
Like, I enjoy listening to it. Like, I listen to it before I go to bed or whatever. I didn't believe him.
No.
I mean, I believed him. I was like, holy shit. Like, we have something. Like, we love MOATAIF. Yeah. And so then, like, the next, like, every episode, we mentioned, like, Nicholas in it. Like, if you're listening, like, we threw in, like, tests to see if he was listening.
Right, because he wanted to. He could be like, "Yeah, I totally listened to that one." He'd be like, "No, you didn't."
Yeah, because you didn't give me the
do
test.
This. Yeah.
But sour attack. Have you ever had like a sour attack?
Yeah, I have, and I don't understand what it is.
I don't either.
We're
but
dying.
We're probably dying.
We are dying.
But it's weird because with records, like I think because records is like the most mainstream thing that we do.
Yeah.
Because like people post people review music, like people do music reviews and people watch it, and I think maybe that's because. But I never expected it to go viral. But I just feel like it's like no one watches it and it like upsets me and I don't know why. Like I've always posted videos and gotten like and made fun of the fact that they get like 25 views on a good day.
Yeah. Like
I'm happy when a MOATAIF gets like 5 views.
Right. Because it's like
it's yeah.
Who else is listening?
Right. and so I don't know why I feel that way about records. Like when
it's just I guess it's something you're just like really passionate about and something you like and you want to share it.
Yeah.
With other people.
And I'm always like, what can I do to make it better? Like, what can I've ate at that McDonald's.
Have you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Isn't it like 2 stories?
Yeah. And it's nice.
Look how good she looks.
I don't agree.
I think she looks
I hate
fabulous.
Demi Lovato.
I love Demi Lovato.
I love Poot. Poot was a great part of 2015.
Oh my god, Poot was a good part of 2015. Yeah. I can think about Poot and just laugh.
Poot was probably like the best, like one of the best memes of 2015.
It was so funny.
What are some good memes of 2015?
Well, Poot. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah, all the other ones are not that good.
No.
I did kind of start to like Pepe this year. Pepe the Frog.
See, I hadn't really like when I liked memes. It was all like Rage comics and shit.
Right, I remember those. Yeah,
I was so obsessed with Rage comics. I did used to make them. That's so cringe.
I know.
Oh my god!
I have some of them on my iPad. Like, I would have to charge my iPad.
I've been like looking at my time hop, and it's like it shows me like this day, like 5 years ago. This is the Rage comic you made, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like everybody's like, these are so funny, and I'm like, were you lying to me, or did you really think they were funny? Because like they were stupid,
right?
They were horrible.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't look at my time hop and not cringe.
Yeah,
like
it's bad. Like anything from like I would say like 2014 through now is not very cringe, but like anything before then,
right? Yeah.
AF.
Oh god.
Like even as early or even as late as 2013, I'm like,
yeah.
Why did I say that?
Yeah, same here.
It's so weird.
It's just
and like
terrible.
because like the other day someone, it was on my time hop, someone posted, or not my time hop, but Facebook does the same like time hop thing.
Oh yeah.
The time hop ripoff because people liked it so much.
Yeah.
And Amanda Copeland like posted some dream that she had of me on my wall.
I saw that.
Yeah, and it was something like, you had a mouse, and you named him Scrubbles, and you loved him. Haha, I just thought you'd like to know. And at the time, I thought it was hilarious. Like, I commented, like, I love this! Like, this is so funny!
And then you commented,
and now
who are we?
Yeah, I was like, who even are we? Like, I don't even talk to Amanda Copeland really anymore.
You don't,
which is kind of sad, because, like, we were friends.
A year ago, I took a quiz on BuzzFeed. No, Playbuzz.
Yeah.
Playbuzz.
Which is still BuzzFeed.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know. It says, which badass woman were you in a past life? And I got Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, and then you named a dog after her.
And then I named a dog after her.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You were Eleanor Roosevelt in a past life?
Apparently.
Holy fuck. Eleanor.
She wouldn't make that noise.
She'd make, she'd make like...
4 years ago... Last day of 2011, and I'm working. Cool. That's what I put.
Let's
and
look at my
I still worked today, but I wasn't like
too.
pissed about it. Like I think it was just because I was so young and stupid.
Let's see. Let's go all the way back.
No! Zach, 5 years ago, I posted a thing that says, poke me if you've ever had a crush on me or still do. Like this status if you think I'm a good friend. Oh my God. And then I posted I'm going to get drunk off Welch's. What does that even mean? I said I'm going to get drunk off of Welch's.
I hate you. 3 years ago, I posted, JT Campbell, your brother,
Yes.
asked me earlier, what was your favorite part of 2011? Other than hanging out with friends, etc., it's a toss-up between discovering Angry Grandpa
Oh my god, we watched that.
and then watching him for the rest of the year, and Chickens in the Shadows. I keep trying to picture 2011, and the first thing that pops into my head is Taste the Biscuit, taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I love Estelle
Thanks
Piper.
to Estelle Piper and Tom Shaw.
Yes.
That's not that cringe, but like
No.
it kind of is, because of the whole
Nobody
year.
else knows what that is.
Well, yeah, but of the whole year,
That was your
those are
favorite
the
thing.
two things to stand out.
That's sad.
Whereas, like, memorable events of 2012, I posted this whole fucking long ass
Shit.
status because 2012 was probably my favorite year.
Was that the... My favorite.
Yeah, don't sing that. I'll cry. My favorite year, like no other year of my life. My favorite year, that time when I knew it would have to be one heavenly year for some other year to ever come near. My favorite year.
Oh my god.
That's a great show.
It really is.
I want it to go back to Broadway, but with me as Benji Stone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fucking amazing? I always thought this. I always thought this. If I won like a Tony for Benji Stone on Broadway,
That would be amazing.
like I think that's meant to happen.
It probably will.
Let me. I'll just read you this. Memorable events of 2012, because 2012 was a great year.
Is that the year you graduated?
2013.
Oh, okay.
Met Vice President Joseph Robinette Biden, sang at
Yep.
a campaign rally for President Barack Hussein Obama, shook hands with President Obama, came out of the closet,
Yep.
accepted to Columbia College in Chicago.
Yep.
Well, met Marisa Kanoff, Luke Warren, Lindley Ruth Morton, Ron Irvin, Donna and Ellen Wallace, Barbara and Earl Massey, Judith and Roy Hayes, Lisa McKinney Stanley, and Betty Jean Stetler.
You know a lot of people.
Obamacare, passed and upheld. Entered my senior year of high school at Northwestern, began my 6th season, 7th year on YouTube. Joined the Freedom from Religion Foundation, worked my ass off to see President Obama reelected, starred in wonderful productions of Lil Abner and White Christmas, read The God Delusion for the first time, turned 17 years old,
Aw.
elected Northwestern High School show choir president, began attending Clark County Democratic Party meetings, helped Dan Sachs with technology, appointed captain of Northwestern High School Muse Machine by Liz Leahy, performed in my final Chiller Thriller variety show, and shared my first kiss with Amy Fowler.
Oh.
Isn't
my
that weird?
God.
Yeah, but that's like a good year. Like, that's a lot
Yeah.
of things. Highlights of 2013. Attended the second inauguration of Barack Hussein Obama. Graduated high school. Moved to Chicago to attend college. Made some of the greatest friends I could ever ask for.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh.
Foreshadow.
That is not true.
Nope. Because do we talk to them still?
Not
No.
at all.
None.
Not
None
at
of
all.
them.
Here's some cool stuff that happened this year. This was last year's. I saw 8 shows on Broadway this year, such as Idina Menzel, or If Then, All the Way, The Bridges of Madison County, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Violet, Cabaret, Beautiful, Sideshow. I have a photo with Bryan Cranston. I have a photo with Sutton Foster. I was accepted to my dream school. And I lost like 50 pounds, but who's counting? I am. I have to compose a 2015 memory.
You do while we're
Fuck.
talking.
Okay, what would it be?
While
Okay,
we're
let's do it.
talking, we have to do
Okay.
this.
All right. We'll figure this out. We'll talk it through so it's not cringe in a year. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a lot of good things.
Oh,
Okay.
Claire
okay.
Freeland posted some.
Yeah. Oh, of course she would post something like this. It's like a GIF of like word art.
It's
with
like
clip art.
Why
on
is
it.
there a pigeon?
Yeah, like this kind of makes sense, but then there's a fucking
pigeon.
What is that? That's the weirdest thing
What
I've ever
is?
seen.
What?
Okay.
What happened?
Some memory here. Here's some things that happened in 2015.
Yeah, that's how you start them all.
Here's some things that happened
In
in
20.
2015. Oops. Whoop,
15.
2015.
Don't pull.
All right, I'm trying to think of like January, February.
Okay.
Okay, January, nothing.
Nothing.
February, nothing.
Nothing.
March, nothing. April,
Nothing.
nothing. May.
This is getting real sad.
wrote, produced, directed, and starred in a musical memoir about my life. One Bugging BBB Beep. One Bugging BBB Beep was a great memory. Like, that was a great thing
I really
too,
liked
happened.
it.
Hey, that leads into One Bugging BBB.
Hey, what a good segue.
Yeah, right. Like, while we're writing this, we can hit some of my memories,
Yeah.
some of my bullets.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Some of my bullets. Yeah, so...
why did you write it? Because I'm still unsure of why you wrote it.
It was a lie. It was never for school.
Okay.
It was never for school. That was a lie.
Okay.
That was just what I told...
People?
That was just what I told, like, Mrs. Perks and Mrs. Jensen
So
to,
they
like,
would
let me do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because really, what had happened was, and this is real. This is 100.
Okay.
I was when I was thinking I was going to AMDA,
Right.
which was the idea to go in October.
Yep.
I was planning to move in October, and I was just missing performing.
Right.
Because I thought about how the last time that I had performed was in, like, fucking high school.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't performed since I graduated.
Right.
Yeah, isn't...
Today's Tom Shaw's birthday.
I know, he's a New Year's baby.
Aww.
Yeah. He's a New Year's Eve baby. He's not a New Year's baby.
Sorry,
Tom.
Anyway, sorry, I just interrupted you.
I'm used to it. He, oh.
Oh my god.
I just farted. Could that be the last fart of 2015?
No. Definitely not.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not with me.
Not with you.
Yeah, so I spent... So anyway, I wanted to perform.
Mm-hmm.
What I really wanted was to just record a CD. Like, I just wanted... Not a CD, but, like, I just wanted to cover some of my favorite, like, show tunes from the last year.
Right.
So it started with that. And then I was... You know, I wrote down a list of, like, all the songs that I wanted to sing... That was so immediately it wasn't the last part of 2015 because I just ripped more ass. So like it could like yeah. So I wanted to perform again. I wanted to sing. I wanted to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I was looking at the list, I started like narrowing it down,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it would be. I was like, I should perform it live because I missed that part.
Right.
And then take that footage and turn that into what the CD would be.
Right.
So then I was like, well, but do I want to just get up there and sing these songs or should I like talk in between? And as I was thinking about it, I was like, you know, a lot of these songs are like perfect for the story of what happened in Chicago.
Right.
And so then it became what it is,
Mm-hmm.
a memoir about my time in Chicago. Because I'd wanted to write a book for myself, obviously. I'd wanted to write a book about what happened, because I still felt, even though it's now like, you know, well, in January it will be 3 years later, which that makes me want to die. Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah, isn't that sad?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
I know. Yeah, so in... what was I going to say? Shit. One bugging. Oh, because even though it had been 2 years at the time,
Mm-hmm.
It was still, like, weighing very heavily on me. Like,
you didn't really talk about it.
Yeah, like, I couldn't get over what had happened. Like, I still felt like it was my fault, like I was a bad person, like I could have done something different, I could have stopped it, and then it wasn't just that, it was also feelings like I miss them, I shouldn't miss them, I'm still in love with Zach, I'm not, I shouldn't be, I want to be, and it was also, I think a lot of it had to do with that I just wasn't, I was like so close to being in a relationship, which I thought would fulfill me.
Yeah.
That suddenly, now that it's been gone, that I was like lost without it, even though it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like you had it basically.
Yeah.
Like it was presenting itself to you, and then it was just stripped away, and you were like, "But
right,
I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it."
Yeah,
really.
and it was very the way that everything played out was very emotionally abusive.
It was.
I think. The way that they completely like cut off contact and like ignored me and all that stuff.
Well, and they didn't just cut off contact; they were mean.
Yeah,
like just downright mean for no reason.
Right. So it took me a long time to, like, trust people again. Like, it
Yeah.
took me a long time to feel comfortable about myself or about other people.
For sure.
And, like, obviously, like, it's still is a problem that I have. Not so much with, like, trusting people anymore, but it's more opening myself up in that sense again, in a romantic sense, because I automatically just assume the same thing's going to happen again.
Yeah.
So anyway, as I started writing, it was very, on one hand, it was very cathartic. It was very emotional. It's like a release of all the things that were, all the feelings that were, like, inside me. It was easy to just, like, kind of put them onto the page and, like, weave them in with the songs that I had chosen. And so, but at the same time, I was, like, very depressed, like, while I wrote it. Because I went through, like, when he broke my heart in December of 2013. So I guess it hasn't been 3 years, but kinda.
Yeah.
When he broke my heart in December of 2013, I was at the lowest. And then I kind of got better, and then moved back to Ohio, and it was lower again. And then it was back up and then low, and then up and then low. So at the time when I started writing it, I was, in an okay place. And then once I started, like, rethinking of all these things, because I had to, like, dig back into, like, memories that I was trying to repress.
Right.
And I had to, like, bring them back up to be like, oh yeah, like, I need to talk about this, I need to talk about that. So it kind of, it affected me in both ways. It was,
It's just opening up an old wound.
It was like a good emotional release, but it was also bringing back all these memories.
Yeah, which you needed to revisit because, like you said, you were repressing them, which is definitely not healthy.
Bad, yeah.
It could lead to something totally worse.
Right. An ulcer.
Yeah.
So, in order, I thought, I'm sure if I told, like, Mrs. Perks and Mrs. Jensen that I just wrote a musical and I wanted to perform it, that they would probably let me.
Probably.
But I thought it would sound better if I said it was a project for school. That way, like, it was more worth their time, I guess.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. But it was all just for me. Like, it was just for me. But I think it was important, for me, because I needed to get all of that off my chest. Like, I needed to tell my story. Like, I needed people to know, like, how much it had affected me. Because I think a lot of people just thought it was, like, a normal, breakup kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, like, oh yeah, you'll get over it, like, it's not that big of a deal. But it was a very,
I mean, I felt bad for you,
yeah,
like, because we seldom talked, but, like, we did text here and there, and you kind of told me what was going on, but not in, like, great detail, and I was just like, oh, well, this is your first heartbreak, and, you'll be okay. But when I found out, when I actually went to see it, I was like, holy shit, like, I didn't know, like, everything that had happened.
And because I remembered, like, one of the first, like, within, like, the first month that I was there, you and I were talking about it, and you said something like, well, just be careful, because, like, I don't want you to get your heart broken, and, like, that is what happened.
Yeah, well, see, and it wasn't even the fact that I didn't think, like, you're not capable of, like, having a relationship and being in a relationship, like, I totally don't think that, but I know people are not as nice and as, like, caring as you are.
Oh, thank you.
And, like, people take advantage of sweet people.
Yeah.
Or people just don't give a shit, basically, so.
I think I'm easy to take advantage of.
I don't know if you're easy to take advantage of. I think that you're more or less just not, like, versed in that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
That, and I also think I see more good in people than what's actually there.
I think you're very trusting.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And,
which I don't know why.
I'm not sure.
Like, mostly bad things have happened to me, like, when I do trust people.
I mean, not really.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Well, I just mean, like, I think at a certain point in my relationship...
You're like, when is it going to turn out good for me?
Yeah, exactly. I think at some point in my relationship with Zach, it did turn into, like, because he even said he knew for, like, a month or so that I felt that way and just didn't do anything about it.
See, that's the really fucked up thing.
Yeah, because it got worse than that last month. Like, he was egging it on more. I think part of it is because he thought that if he told me that I wouldn't, like, buy him things anymore.
Which is probably exactly what would have happened.
Exactly. It's not, it's, you know, it's, my dad tries to buy my love all the time. And, you know, that's just how he shows his affection.
See, some people don't know how to say it.
And, like, I think... I don't think I was trying to buy his love, but it's just one of those things where it's like I was like taking care of him, you know what I mean? Like I thought I was taking care of him.
Yeah, you care about somebody and you just want to make him happy, and then, you know, it's not a big deal to just like buy this for them or do that for them or take them here. Like that's how I show my affection sometimes. Like for people, I'm like, well, I got it, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, but people, there are mean people out there that take advantage of very nice and sweet people like that.
Yeah. He's very
manipulative.
He's very cold-hearted.
Yeah. Too.
I think he was very mean-spirited.
Yeah.
And it's sad for me that it took this long for me really to like take the rose-colored glasses off, because even like as it was happening, I was like, yeah, but he was real great. And, you know, I said in one of the lines in One Bugging was, he will always be my first love. And I do think that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I mean, like, you know, you always meet someone new and you're like, oh, when you meet the one, you know.
You'll know.
You'll know, but, you know, they always say, like, you'll see why it never worked with anybody else. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I do believe that, but this relationship that I had with him was, and like, you know, the other thing is like, you don't know love until you are in love or whatever, but like, I know that is what it was.
You loved him.
I loved him. Yeah. Like I was actually in love with him. Like I say I'm in love with my right. I know I'm not. Like that's I'm like, oh, I have a crush on Reno. Yeah.
Feelings and.
But I literally imagined spending the rest of my life with Zach Felter. Yeah. Like that's how serious it was. I considered giving up my dreams to go on with his dreams.
And that's love. Like to put aside your
and like I did wants in life. I did it without any hesitation. Like he had mentioned something about wanting to go to Los Angeles because that's where he wanted to work.
Design school, right?
Yeah, or a photography school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, he said most of the fashion photographers, you know, most of the fashion photography that I want to go into is like in Los Angeles. And he didn't ask me to go with him. Right. But if he had, or if we were together, I would have without a doubt. Los Angeles isn't where I want to go. No. I mean, I would live there. Yeah. I would live in Los Angeles, but at the time, my dream, well, and still, my dream was to be on Broadway. Right. And that Broadway's only in New York. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no other Broadway.
And I've always envisioned myself living in New York City. I've always wanted to live in New York City. I've always wanted that to be my dream. Yeah. That's always been my dream. So, for me to immediately just give that up, to go... I would have rather have been with him than and be happy with him than be happy living my own life. And I truly think that's love.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
It was also your first love. Yeah. Your first love is always fucks you up just right.
Yeah. And I think a lot of what made One Bugging BBB Beep so good is that it's... I like how I'm just saying, like, what made it so good. Like, but
I agree, it was really good.
Well, I think what made it... I think what helped with its, you know, success was... because it's an award-winning musical.
Yes,
what helped with its success was that it was very raw. Yeah. Yeah, it was very...
honest.
Honest, and... there was no, like, beating around the bush.
No.
Like, it was very much, like, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like,
the reason why I liked it so much was because, although it was your story, and it was your heartbreak, and it was your, like, your story, I still felt like you know, I had been there, done that, I understand those feelings too. Like, this is how I felt in that moment too. Like, not for you, but like when that was happening to me in my own separate story, I felt those same exact emotions. I'm glad I feel like that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah, I think because a lot of people, I think a lot of people like connected with it in that way, which I had hoped for. Yeah, like that was what I wanted because I have to take my shoes off. Yeah, I was thinking about doing it too. When I saw If Then and Bridges of Madison, like when I always include If Then, but really when I saw the Bridges of Madison County, I sat in the theater and sobbed because even though it wasn't my story, but it was, I knew those feelings. Like, you know, Francesca sings of like, you know, thinking, you know, practically like how she gave up her life in Italy and her love with Paolo to be with Bud and you know, gave it all up, but she was proud that she, through all that, like, built herself a home, you know, and then she falls in love with Robert, and Robert, at the end of the show, sings of unrequited love and how everything that he did in his life it pales in comparison to the amount of love that he had for her and the time that he spent with her. Right. And, like, I knew all of those feelings. Like, I connect, like, literally the three main characters, Francesca, Bud, and Robert, I connected with all of them for different reasons. Like Francesca, because she felt like she had lost her life. Right. Felt like she was wasting her time, wasn't happy, fell in love with someone, and then had to make the decision to still, like, had to give that up. I felt that. You know, I felt with Bud that you were losing the person you were in love with. Right. And with Robert, the feeling of, I'm so in love with this person, but I can't be with them, and that unrequited love. So, like, for me, that is immediately what I connected with, and I think good theater, I think that's what it's supposed to do. For sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. And
I think that's why we all like the shows that we like. Yeah. There's such a connection to the characters, and yeah, I think I've never seen it, but now I really want to.
It's so good.
I really want to see it. It's so good. I listen to some of the music, and I do like some of the music.
And that's when
like I think I like it came on such a surprise because I didn't like, you were talking about it on Facebook or something, and it was like Bridges of Madison County. Like, what? Like, that's a movie that
Meryl Streep and Clint Eastwood are in.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And then like, the more I hear about it, I'm like, okay, I can see why.
It is without a doubt the most romantic, heartbreaking, beautiful musical I have ever seen and will ever see. Right. Like, I don't know how you could write a more just painful, beautiful, like, emotional experience. Like, I don't know how you could do it, but that was that and Hedwig and the Angry Inch were my inspiration to write the show. Wow. Like, a lot of the music, like 2 songs from Bridges, 2 songs from Hedwig, and a song from If Then were in the show. And then Lionel Richie, Elton John, Jet, and James Blunt. 2, 4, 5. What am I missing? If Then, 2 songs from Bridges, 2 songs from Hedwig, Jet, Elton John, Lionel Richie, James Blunt.
I don't know.
Fuck. Now I have to go to Spotify. But, you know, hang on. I have to know. Oh, My Favorite Year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was, you know, so I'm glad that I was successful in making you connect with that, is what I was trying to get at. And it was a very great experience to write it and perform it, and it was, it very much closed, I think it did close that chapter in my life. Like, it doesn't really, there have been a few times since then that it has still affected me, but for the most part, I don't really lose sleep over it anymore. You know what I mean? And I do think it was because One Bugging.
I think another reason, like, I really, like, liked it was because you hardly ever open up, like, as a person. Like, I mean, you're pretty private.
Which is so weird for me to think that, because like I'm so like I feel like I'm outspoken.
You are outspoken, but not about
my
your
own
thoughts.
Yeah.
Like you're outspoken about everything else but you.
Yeah.
And so like we get a feeling for like things that you like and things that you don't like, but we also don't really understand what's going on in your head.
Yeah.
And so for you to just be like on the table, lay it out.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is how I felt. It was really endearing, and that's why I liked it so much. And that's when I was like, I miss Zach so much, and I was like, I want to be friends with him again. And I feel so bad for like everything that happened, and like it made me like, I don't know. I had like such a rush of like all these emotions. I was like, I miss Zach.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you came, because who knows like what would have happened?
Yeah,
otherwise.
I literally Jacob, because I was still friends with Jacob at the time, and I brought him. He was like, well, I really don't want to go. I don't really know him. And I was like, well, you don't have to go, but I'm going. Like, I need to go.
Yeah.
And, like, something kept telling me, like, you need to go. And so I'm glad I went. Yeah. Because if not, we probably wouldn't have talked ever again.
Like, because, you know, when we like, went out to dinner that night, you always say to someone, like, yeah, we should totally hang out. But you say that to, like, everybody, you know what I mean?
You do, like...
And, like, I meant it. Like,
I did too,
I did mean that I wanted to hang out again.
I definitely did.
But, you know, it's hard when you are living such separate lives to
you don't really
like,
know
get back together.
What the other person's doing anymore.
Right.
You have new friends, and you don't really know how to combine those new friends with that new person or that old person.
Right.
Like, that was the whole issue with that, because we hung out in like May.
Yeah.
And then I didn't talk to you again or see you again until Pretzel Maker.
Well, yeah, like we hung out like the week before my show. Then you came to see the show.
Yep.
And then Pretzel Maker, yeah.
And that was in October.
Yeah.
So from May...
But we texted a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
I think that's what helped, too, like, because we started texting more. Yeah. And it wasn't, like, going from, hey, we don't really know what the other person does anymore, what you're really into, and then just going to, like, immediately hang out. Like, we kind of relearned each other, like, you kind of have to.
Which, and I think is, I think we have an unusual... experience with that, because I think it is unusual for people, because especially because like we, you know, another thing that happened this year was pretty much all of our friends like got back together, like you, me, Bree, RJ, and Nicholas.
We added Nicholas,
but it was, you know, which I think is a different experience than what most people probably have, because after high school you kind of lose contact with those people.
Like I tried doing this with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Because, like, we lived in the same apartment complex. Like, there was literally no reason that we couldn't see each other on at least a weekly basis and try to hang out. So, we tried it, and it's kind of, like, such a sad feeling to see, like, that person that I knew is no more.
Right.
Like, they're no longer that person, and there is no way to reconnect with this new person. Because we are just so different now.
Right.
Like, she has a family, she has a baby, she has a husband, and I'm single, and I have single technically, like, in the married sense, but I have a girlfriend, but, like, I have a dog, like, and I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm being, in my head, a normal 23-year-old.
Right.
But, I don't know, it's really weird.
And it's also, because... it all just kind of happened naturally. Like, we all just kind of, like, came back together, and it felt as though we had never stopped. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you and I went through, like, the awkward part of, like, going out to dinner and, like, doing all the reconnecting and, like, then the awkward, like, hey, like, you know.
Hi. Now that you mention it, like, it was awkward, like, but I didn't want to, like, acknowledge the awkwardness, because then I was like, then it's just not going to work, and then we're just not going to be friends, so, like, I didn't acknowledge the awkwardness, but, I don't know, I guess, it was nice, like, I don't think I could probably do that with anybody else, any other of my other friends. I still talk to Kate and Rochelle, and like I just recently saw Kate.
Yeah.
I saw her baby and her new husband, and they were in Ohio visiting, and that was nice. And they got to meet Sarah, and I was in Kate's wedding, so, like, I mean, I still remain friends with some of these people, but it's, like, it's so weird to think that I used to be friends with, like Brittany Boggs, like, I used to be, like, best friends with her, and I saw her at the mall the other day, and I just kind of, like, waved, like, it's so weird.
It is, yeah. And, like, for me especially, like, I've had a very strange experience with friends, because, you know, for the most part, like, you know, they've come and gone, but, like, you know, that, like, core group of friends is still who I hang out with, and I do think that is unusual. Like, I
think it is, too.
Like, you know, you, Hannah, or you are Hannah, you, me, RJ, and Bree would always hang out in high school, but, you know, then, like, you know, you went away, RJ went away, Bree went away, and then I was hanging out with Jordan and Nicholas, and then just Nicholas, and then, you know, but we all just, like, came back, you know, and I do think, you know, I'm lucky in that sense.
It is nice, and we all work together, well...
Not Nicholas.
You, me, and RJ work and Bree.
Yeah.
All work together.
But, you know, it's... Yeah. And I do think that helps. Because,
it
like,
does.
You know, it's like, even if we only see each other at work, like, we still feel like we're hanging out, even though we're not at all.
Right. And it's nice. It makes that second job that I do have a lot less, you know, annoying and, like, something that I don't want to do. Like, it makes it exciting when I'm like, oh, tonight I work with RJ, or I work with Bree, or I work with Zach.
Right.
Like, that's exciting to me. Like, I get to hang out with my friend. Like... Right. Which is nice.
Even though we hate our lives.
We hate our lives at Pretzel Maker, but it makes it a little more tolerable when you get to work with your friends.
So I reconnected with Hannah Campbell and RJ
Quiflin?
and RJ Quillen after a while of differences.
That is
because, I mean, I didn't want to say after I stole, because I didn't steal from you. Like,
no, you didn't. Yeah. We just stopped talking.
Yeah. Started rolling it, twisting it, and baking it fresh at Pretzel Maker. Did you know Pretzel Maker is one word?
Yeah, I did. I noticed that. It is ugly.
So I'm just going to keep
Pretzel Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, we are pretzel makers.
Yeah, we're not a pretzel maker.
Yeah. Started rolling it, twisting it, and baking it fresh at Pretzel Maker. That just kind of happened. Like,
yeah.
I quit when I got fired from DSC.
Yeah.
That happened this year.
Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Fuck. But we have so much time. Like, that was an hour. Like, and I feel like we've covered so much.
I know. We're good. We got this.
We'll be good.
Yeah, we're fine.
We've got enough content.
We got plenty of stuff to talk about.
We've got plenty of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I started working at DSC sometime in 2014. As fuck, I don't remember what it's. Dry Storage Company.
That's what it stood for?
DFC?
Yeah, DS. DS.
Yeah.
Because storage.
Dry Storage
S.
Company.
Yeah.
F. Storage F. DFC.
DSC.
And basically, it was a Kellogg's warehouse. But DSC does have more clients than that, but ours was just Kellogg's.
Like the cereal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we had any product that Kellogg's owns. So we had cereal, Cheez-Its, Pringles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything by Keebler is Kellogg's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, stuff like that. And it was just a giant warehouse. And when I started, I was on a pallet jack, which is, it's a huge warehouse. This says like 4 football fields or something like that.
For real?
It is fucking enormous.
Where was it?
It's actually 1 million square feet, is what they told me. It is 1 million square feet. I remember now.
Jeez.
It's in West Jefferson.
Okay.
It's about 30 to 40 minutes away.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I worked first shift, so I had to be there at like 6.
That is terrible.
Was it 6?
Yeah,
6,
you
7,
said
7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Yeah, it was 6. It was 4 10-hour days.
Oh, no.
And then I had 3 days off. But it was terrible. Like,
when
I started out, I was on pallet jack, and so basically what we did, Kellogg's shipped us products from their factories. We stored them, and then like Walmart, when they placed an order from Kellogg's would send us the order. We would load the truck and send it to Walmart.
Okay.
So, the stuff that Kellogg's shipped us would be, set in units. Mm-hmm. So if there were, there'd be like 100 boxes of cereal in a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there'd be like 5 boxes of cereal in a bigger box, and then there'd be like 100 of those boxes. Right. And so Walmart would order, 18 pallets or 18 units. And so if they ordered 18 units of bran flakes and then also needed 15 cases, my first job was to pick those 18 cases.
Okay.
Which sucked because it was like physical labor. And it was like exhausting because you had to like stack all of these boxes. You had to ride from location to location, pick the amount of boxes, stack them up into their own units, wrap them, drop them off, go back, get more. It was all day.
See, I know.
It was
exhausting. I could never picture you doing this.
Yeah, it's a weird job that I've had. Like, it is a weird job.
I just don't picture you doing that.
Yeah. And then once I got hired on, because I started as a temp, once I got hired on after 60 days, because they were real good about hiring you on. Like, if you were positive in your numbers, then they hired you on.
Right.
And it paid really well. It was like it was $13.25 when I started, and then when I got hired on, it was $13.50, and then after 6 months, it was $13.75.
Oh, so quota.
Yeah. They loved quotas.
They loved quotas.
But you also were able to earn a pop bonus depending on how. I don't know why they called it pop, but because I was like, yeah, we got free pop. That's what pop? I thought. Like in the orientation, I was like, fuck yeah, they're gonna give us pop, like to go faster.
Oh my god!
But it was actually yeah, like it was. Your pop bonus was related to how positive your numbers were. So a 0 meant you were doing everything that they asked you.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck. I hate that I have to explain all of this.
Much.
Yeah. It was so in depth.
It really is.
And I probably shouldn't even be talking about this because Kellogg's will find out and I will be murdered.
What?
Because I had we were not allowed to take
this
pictures.
This is so confidential.
Because DSC has other competitors. Nothing that they do is proprietary, but it is to them.
Yeah. I
guess the way they store it or whatever.
Okay.
But so the way that they designed their system was that you would log into the computer.
Yeah.
You would say I am in aisle 13. Mm-hmm. And then it would say, okay, so from where you are in aisle 13 to you need to go to get 18 cases from aisle 17. Mm-hmm. So from where you are right now in aisle 13 to aisle 17 should take you 2 minutes to get there. Mm-hmm. And then you get there, you scan those 2 minutes, and then it should take you 5 minutes to put the 18 boxes on, wrap it, and to get it to the door. So from the time that you're in aisle 13 to the time that it's on the truck, it should take 10 minutes. Okay. Something like that. And then if you do it in exactly 10 minutes, you're 0. You're at a 0. Mm-hmm. But if you pull up to the location and for whatever reason there's only 18 cases and you just scoop it, you pick up the pallet and take that with you and you get all of it done in 5 minutes, then you're plus 5. You know what I mean? So
they give you bonus points for being fast.
Yeah,
basically they're do your job quick,
right?
And we will compensate you for that.
And so some people were horny about it. They knew how to they knew how to work it. They knew how to get it done. They knew how to cheat, essentially.
Okay.
And it took me a while to learn how to cheat, essentially. But it also, I understood why they did it, but it also created an atmosphere where people didn't want to help anybody.
Yeah.
Because it took away from their numbers.
Yeah.
If I spilled something, people would drive by and, watch me picking it up and, wouldn't help.
That sucks.
Some people would. But, a lot of people would just drive right on by, because it would take away from their money.
Dog world.
Especially until I was a familiar face, mm-hmm. Until I was hired on and opened up and was talking to these people. Yeah. They did not help me.
Yeah.
It was pulling teeth to get help, and I always thought that was the worst thing about DSC, because it was very. They just didn't. It created an atmosphere where they just didn't want to help.
Yeah.
And there were people in there.
Teamwork. It was not a thing.
Yeah. And there were people in there who would work they would have a paycheck for 120 hours for 2 weeks, plus their pop bonus, plus everything else. So they were, like, making so much money, and I never got a pop bonus. Like, and my numbers were positive. Like,
Wow.
and I never got the pop bonus because it was like the bonus set was set so high, like you had to get like positive 130 by the end of the week to get like $15 or something like that. So I never saw that. But after a while, they put me on a pull pack, which is it's a forklift. I don't want to explain like what it is.
You don't
like,
have to.
It's a forklift, and then I got lazier because I was sitting.
Yeah.
And finally sitting. And after a while, it just got so monotonous. Doing, like, the same things every day. Loading the same trucks with the same product. The same way. For 10 hours every day. 4 days a week. And I just hated it. I hated it so much. I hated having to go to bed at, like, 6 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
To wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yuck.
It was terrible. So, I got fired. Which was exciting.
Was exciting.
Because I thought I was going to... This is for real. I thought I had been there long enough, so I was like, I'm going to file for unemployment. Fuck all of you guys.
Yeah.
Because, like, they fired me in July.
Yeah.
And I was leaving in October.
Yeah, so you...
So I was
remember we talked about this, and you were like, I'm just going to collect unemployment until I leave.
Yeah. Which isn't, like...
Okay.
You know, which isn't, like, a bad thing.
No, it's not. I mean, no. I didn't think it was.
Because I didn't see it as, like, mooching. I saw it as, like, what? I'm not going to... Nobody's going to hire me for, like, 2 months.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But unemployment didn't come.
No.
And... because DSC fought it every step of the way, and I was like, you're fucking rude. Like, you're a multi-million-dollar company.
Right.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck you and Drake. That's the CEO.
And Drake.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and, then I started working at Pizza Hut for a month.
Yeah, and then I remember when you got hired on at Pretzel Maker, you found out about a job at Pretzel Maker. We were texting, and we were actually supposed to hang out that night.
Yeah.
And you were like, I can't. I have to run over to the mall because Bree has this job position open for me. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted it so
I know.
bad. Like, because when I left, when I was still working at DSC, I would go and visit Bree at Pretzel Maker, and I was like, I'm so jealous of your job. Like, I was like... I know, right?
What?
I was like, it's so easy. Like, because at the time, it was like, you know, it was like fucking July, so there was
no one
there.
at the mall, yeah.
And they were just fucking sitting there reading.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so jealous of your job, like...
And you were delivering pizzas.
Yeah, at the...
To Wittenberg's campus.
Yeah, and wanting to kill myself.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe... I was like, you should hire me here. Like, so when they fired me at DSC, I was like, Bree, you need to make Emily hire me. Emily said no because I was leaving.
Right, because Bree was only the...
assistant at the time. So then... Was that the last burp of 2015?
No, I just burped, but you couldn't hear it.
But me.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I'm not that gross, am I?
I don't know. I'm kidding. Can I have more of that pop, actually?
Yes.
My throat's getting parched.
Yes, because we're just sitting here, like, talking.
Yeah.
We're going to take a Coke break.
A Coke break.
But we're not going to stop talking, because...
Because that would be bad radio.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be so bad.
Just, like, internal pause. Oh, thanks, boy.
Coke. Enjoy a Coke, a nice 2-liter, 2-quart, 3.6 fluid ounce, 67.6 fluid ounces of delicious burning chemicals. Coke is the drink that I want in 2016. Coke is the drink that I want in 2017. Coke is the drink that I want in 2018, 19, and 20. Because right now, I only have 20/20 vision.
This podcast brought to you by Coca-Cola.
I wish it was. I wish they were my sponsor. I give them
Where's
so
our
much
royalties?
money. Like, I give Coke so much of my money.
I know.
Like, I buy Cokes at McDonald's.
Oh, you buy so many Cokes at McDonald's.
McDonald's has the best Coke.
And it's so random.
Why?
I don't know. I just picture McDonald's not being good. Like, I don't know. Like, and I love McDonald's now because we eat there all the time. I love
McDonald's so much.
So
like, I just
weird.
gave you. I like you were like at a 100 in my book, and then like you said you were like, it's so random. Like, I hate McDonald's, and it went down to like an 87 because like whether you like McDonald's or not is a big factor in whether you're my friend.
And see, like, I mean, I like it. Like, I love going to the litter hole.
Oh, fuck, I love Coke.
Yeah, I just saw your eyes roll back into your head. Like, that was so intense.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
I love going to the litter hole, and I love going, like, and eating McDonald's with you guys after work at Pretzel Maker. It is just, I've never eaten that much McDonald's in my life. I mean, it's
Right.
all good, but I eat McDonald's in the morning for breakfast, like, all the time now.
It's so good.
Like, I can't stop. I can't stop myself, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, so you got hired on at Pretzel Maker in July?
No, it was more
August,
like, it was actually, I think it was
September.
September or October.
It was, yeah, it was about September,
it was whenever my dad canceled my student loan to go to AMDA.
Which we're going to talk about now.
Fuck!
What a cool segue!
I'm like so far into this podcast and I'm just like, fuck.
What have I talked about?
Well, I know I do feel bad.
Nothing. No, it's
feel
okay.
bad,
It's
but, like,
okay.
we there's so much time left.
I know. We are at 10:30. It's
Not even 10:26.
10:26. I was rounding up.
Every fucking minute counts when
It
you're doing
really-
a fucking 3-hour podcast.
Really does.
What were we talking about? Oh,
Your dad.
Yeah, so my dad had co-signed, or agreed to co-sign a parent loan.
Well, tell them where it was for. Like,
Well, I'm going to.
okay, well, you're not doing it the way I want you to.
I was accepted last year, 2014, to AMDA,
Yes.
the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York City. It was my dream school, I thought.
Yes.
I was accepted, which I thought was, at the time, I thought that was like the best thing that ever happened to me. It was pretty good. It was a good thing.
It's a cool thing.
After a while, it became evident that I wasn't going to get enough from student loan, or from the FAFSA, the Federal Application for Student Aid. It wasn't the last burp of 2015.
Nope. As they keep going.
Yeah, so I let's see. I was going to go in October. It was clear that I wasn't going to be able to afford it, so my dad agreed to sign a parent loan.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 2 weeks before I was supposed to leave, he called and to say that he canceled it because he was going through a breakup with Alicia. And he thought that if he canceled my student loan, that he would convince her to stay. Don't know how that has anything to do with it.
How does that have anything to do with anything?
But I do believe that is why he did it.
How did his brain...
Because he's fucking stupid. But he's like still lying about it. Like he still won't admit that he canceled my student loan. But like I know he did. Like he's trying to blame it on the government. But like, but I know it was him who did it. Like I know it wasn't like the Department of Education found out who I was. Like that's not how it works. Like they knew who you were as soon as they said yes.
Right. That was the whole point, wasn't it? Jeez.
I don't know, but. So, after it became obvious, after that was a pretty bad day. That was a giant blow to everything.
Right.
My dreams.
Right.
Everything, actually.
Yeah, when I found out that happened, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it
like,
was
here comes
bad.
another musical.
Here comes another musical. Yeah, which
Two Bugging BBB Beep.
Yeah, exactly. So, Bree hired me at Pretzel Maker. I started working at Pretzel Maker. And then eventually I was able to leave Pizza Hut because she was giving me more hours.
Yes.
Then the holiday season happened.
God.
And I hate Pretzel Maker.
We hated our lives. And I work at Pretzel Maker too.
Yeah.
But that's later.
Yeah. And a lot of the story, like, I'm not gonna tell a lot of Pretzel Maker stories because I've already told them all, you know?
Yeah.
I that's what we talk about, like, every week almost.
Yeah.
Because now RJ works there too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there's even more to talk about.
We have so many Pretzel Maker stories. But yeah, no. Jeez.
I think that's a good recapping of my year. I also went to New York City to see Fun Home and more on Broadway.
Yeah.
But really, it seems like so far away that it's like it didn't even happen.
Like it wasn't in this year.
Right. I met the composer of Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Did you? I didn't know that.
There's
Oh,
a
that's
photo
him?
Right there, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You look good in that picture. I mean, you look good in all your pictures, but...
I know it. What else did I do?
What an ego.
I met the composer of Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which was Stephen Trask, which was amazing. I think that's about it. I'm gonna lie and say, well, I'm not. It's not a lie because my show
won an award.
Was awarded the 2015 Patsy Award for Outstanding Musical.
Yes.
Oh, I can add my show, or I published a libretto of One Bugging BBB Beep, which I actually just ordered copies in the
Did
other day.
you?
Yeah.
I want one.
And they're gonna come out on Valentine's Day. Well, and you'll get yours before then because like we see each other. But
yeah,
the idea is for all the people that I'm like mailing them to, will also get a copy with the cast album.
Okay.
Because that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It was a pretty bad. It was a
pretty bad year.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad year.
No,
it was an okay year, but 2016 sure looks to be better.
I'm so excited for 2016.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
I was gonna say that.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Oh, so that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my year in review.
It was very good.
Yeah,
good year.
Hannah's got a shit ton to talk about.
Do I though?
Well, probably. I mean, we'll see.
Okay, so my year started out very, very vastly different than what I'm at right now. I was in a heterosexual relationship.
Was that this year?
Yep.
Brian Abelos? Like, that was as early as this year?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because you said part of the Jacob-Brian's
overlapped, yeah.
Which is so weird to me.
It is, isn't it?
Because it seems like...
It seems like Jacob was a relationship.
Well, it seems like to me, it seems like the last, like, few years have been, like, broken into, like, 3 parts. Like,
yeah.
Brian Abelos, Meep, Sarah Pancuso, or just lesbianism.
Lesbianism. Okay, so yeah, no, oh Jesus. Okay, so January, I was like super duper depressed and like hating my life and nightly contemplating if I should even just continue, because that was how upset I was with the fact that I was letting somebody control my life and control me. And
no, this is Westminster.
This is Brian, yes. Yeah. I rarely saw him, too. Like, we worked different shifts. Like, I worked first shift, and he worked second shift, and he would go out at night and not come home until I would wake up in the morning for work. Yeah. And sometimes I never went to bed, because I would be up waiting for him, because, like, I don't know. Like, I was so upset. Yeah.
I hate it. That happened a lot in Chicago, too.
It's the worst feeling. And, like, you don't want to text them, you don't want to bother them, but you also want to be like, where the fuck are you? Like, what are you doing? And like,
they're such bad people.
They really are.
Oh no.
Like, he cheated on me like a lot. And I already talked about this in some of the other MOATAIF, but he cheated on me, and I was just really upset and depressed. And in February, I don't know what struck a chord with me, but I was like, I don't need to put up with this, and I don't know why I stayed for so long, and I don't know why I tolerated this. And so the day before the day before Valentine's Day, I broke up with him, and we stayed living together for 2 weeks, which was
so
awkward, but we ended up hooking up a few times.
God damn it.
Because, like, what else do you do? Like, he was trying to, like, win me back, and you could tell, because he was taking me out to dinner, and he was, like, laying on the couch with me and, like, rubbing my feet and, like, being nice to me, and which he never was.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
Because he's like an ass.
Yeah. So, like, I told him, the very last thing that I did tell him was, you'll never be what I need. And I didn't realize how true that was until, like, I kind of came to realize, like, no guy will be what I need, because
you're fucking
I am a But, like,
Except
I didn't...
You're not. You're hashtag lipstick lesbian.
Hashtag lipstick lesbian.
Hashtag lesbians of Ohio.
Hashtag lesbians of Instagram.
Hashtag...
Hashtag... Lesbianist.
Yeah. Hashtag... Thin Lizzie.
I've never done that.
Now you have to include hashtag Thin Lizzie in your next one.
Oh my god, I can't do that.
Because, like, it'll just pop up with, like,
it'll
all
pop
of the
up all her tattoo
people.
stuff, and then it'll be, like, a picture of me. Like, a selfie. Like, what the fuck?
Hashtag Thin Lizzie.
I should be like, okay. But,
Local tattoo artist Thin Lizzie, brought to you by MOATAIF.
Yes, but, fucking... Okay, so, I was sitting in a coffee shop, and this is when Jake and I became friends.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. And he was the one person that was, like, kind of present in my life to where I was like, you know, I've listened to you and we're kind of close, and do you want to go get coffee with me after work? And we decided to go get coffee, and we went to Coffee Expressions, and we sat in Coffee Expressions from 4:30 to when they closed at 8:30.
Damn.
And I was bawling my eyes out the whole time in the middle of fucking Coffee Expressions because I was like, I need to break up with him, and he's just a bad person. And Jacob wasn't swaying me one way or another. This was before I kind of really got to know who he was.
Right.
More on that. But he he was like, you know, I'm not going to tell you what you need. I'm not going to tell you what to do because this is your decision. And he's like, you know, I'll still be your friend one way or another, but he's like, if he's making you feel like this, he's like, you really do need to consider, like, do you want this to be your life?
Right.
Like, do you want to be 40 sitting in this coffee shop again crying because you're like, I wasted my youth and myself on him.
My youth.
My youth is yours.
My youth.
I love that song.
My youth.
But yeah.
That is a good ass song.
It is a good song. So I broke up with him that night. Anyways, 2 weeks went by. I haven't talked to him since March, basically. Became real good friends with Jacob in February because I was like, you helped me so much, and you're such a nice person, and you know, you listen to me, and you let me, like, talk about my feelings, and you don't judge me. And I was like, I feel so close to you, and like, I said all this to him, but I also said it while I was drunk. Like, I was real drunk.
I'm so in love with Jacob.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think he wasn't as drunk as I was, and he kind of took it real to heart, because he was like, he never had, like, a close friend like that. So me confessing, like, you know, I love you, and we're such good friends, and you know, you feel like family to me, like, that was like kind of me inviting in all of his baggage, basically. And I was like, you know, I can't afford this apartment on my own. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment that was way above my income, and I asked him to move in with me because my lease was not up until September. And so he moved in March. I got money from Brian because I was like, you stayed there in February, you did not pay me, so you owe me 2 months rent, basically. And like, and he paid it.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I talked to him. So I was able to live there by myself for 1 month. And then Jacob moved in the next month and then started helping with bills.
Yeah.
And between that time when Brian and I broke up and when Jacob moved in, I, like, dated. And when I say dated, I'm using that term very loosely.
It was just sex.
Just sex, yeah. Well, I saw people.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
Lots of people. And most of the time I was drunk, which is sickening to think about now.
Yeah.
Like me as a person, like, I don't do that. Like,
right.
That was not me, and I don't understand why I did it to begin with. But I just felt like I was, like, sick. Like, it was a sickness, and it was like an addiction. Like, it was an addiction to the attention, to the alcohol, to the sex, to everything. Like, all of it was just an addiction. I got like a frog in my throat. Okay, but
it's probably like the smell of shit in the room.
You can't smell it anymore.
I'm back to. I can smell it again.
We're dying.
We probably are. Like we are. Like someone, namely the leech in the living room, probably is like poisoning us.
What if? And we like bring in the New Year dead.
What are you gonna do on New Year's Eve? Die. Be poisoned.
Die. But, excuse me. So, what is that face?
Pulling my eyelid down.
So, I got all that out of my system, and I started realizing, like, you know, hey, there's another side of me that I've never really addressed, and that is me being attracted to women. And because when I was with guys, like, excuse you.
Excuse you. No, but for real, excuse me.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I have another small one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done now.
Okay.
I think.
Maybe.
But I'm working on a pissy wissy.
Yeah. So you're gonna leave me in here?
No. Like you can just talk to the air.
Talk to the listeners.
My empty chair, yeah.
Talk to the listeners.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
No, I'll try to. I'll get through it.
But yeah. So I was like, okay, there's this other side of me that I've never addressed, and it's me being attracted to women, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Like, what is stopping me? There's literally nothing. Like, I came out as bisexual in high school. But I had never actually been with another girl. Like, I kissed girls, and I was like, yeah, that's something I like. But I've never had sex with another girl, and I was like, oh, no, like, sex with boys is not that great. Like, it's not, it's not worth writing home about. Yeah. So, like, I was like, what if I'm just, like, not a sexual person? And, like, that would be terrible
like
because...
you're just meant to divide in half.
Yeah, I'm just asexual.
Yeah.
But, so I deleted all of my old accounts on, like, OkCupid and,
Meet Me.
Fucking Meet Me, yeah, and, Plenty of Fish and shit. And I made new ones, but...
As a lesbian.
As, like, a lesbian. Yeah, well, as... I put pansexual because I wasn't exactly sure, and that seemed to cover all the bases.
Yeah.
And, so I was like, yeah, but I'm mostly looking for women. So, like, I met... We're gonna call her... Nina.
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 you're like Nina.
Nina. We're gonna call her Nina. And, Nina was, the first girl I ever had sex with. And...
I know what her real name is.
Do you?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so, like, Nina's not a very big difference.
Shit. It's not.
It's really not. Evelyn. But it's Nina. Like,
but it's Nina now.
Nina.
Yeah, so fuck it. But Nina.
It's like just 2 letters difference.
I didn't think about that. Shit. Okay, whatever. I guess I can't talk about the thing that I was going to talk about then.
You do what no one knows. It's just Nikola Tesla that listens.
What if, like, the CIA listens to this one day?
They're definitely... The NSA is in this.
Hi.
Hi.
But, so Nina, she was, like, your typical, like, stud is what they call them. We actually, we did date. Like, it wasn't official, like, Facebook official, but, like, we were exclusive. What were you doing?
Biting my knuckle.
Oh. And,
of course.
So, like, okay, so she asks me out on a date, and I was like, sure. And we go to Peaches Grill in Yellow Springs.
Yeah.
And,
next to Haha Pizza.
Yes. And I'm like, you know, this is awesome. Like, I feel such a connection, and, like, she's so cute, and, like, I'm having a good time, and she ends up kissing me at the end of the night, and I was like, fuck, like, fuck, like, I was so excited, and, like, she wants to hang out again immediately the next day, and I was like, that's a little too quick. So, like, put on the brakes. But, like, I wanted to, like...
Yeah, you were trying to
just,
do, like, the 3-day rule.
Yeah, and I was such a dick. But, like,
Yeah.
I wanted to honestly just, like, experience the sexual side.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was wanting from it. But the more I got to know her, the more I was like, you know, I could see something with her. And then we did end up having sex when Jacob went to Florida with his mom. So, like, I had the apartment to myself, and I invited her over, and we had sex. And I was like, yep.
Was it a huge sexual awakening?
Well, not huge, but, like, I had, like, before, like,
Squirt?
Jesus Christ. Before, I had never, like, even with the 12-inch dick,
Fuck.
I never orgasmed with another person. And with a girl, I did for the first time.
Well, that's good.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, this is what I've been missing.
Right.
And then thinking about going back to guys after I had been with a girl, I was like, it made me sick to my stomach. Like, not the fact that, like, I don't know, it was just something about, like, them. Like, I'm just not attracted, like, at all. I mean, I can see why people are attracted to guys. Like, I see attractive men all the time, but I don't ever have, like, the sexual urge to be with a man. I'm dying.
You are dying.
I have to burp, but I don't want to burp.
This is MOATAIF. Like, it is filthy.
I'm just a dainty little flower.
She's a hashtag lipstick lesbian.
I'm a hashtag lipstick lesbian.
Dainty lesbian. Hashtag
hashtag dainty flower.
Hashtag dainty flower lesbian. Hashtag kick me. Hashtag
kick me.
Insta.
Oh, like
me.
kick messenger.
Yeah. Hashtag Snapchat me. Hashtag
fuck
send
me.
Nudes. Yeah.
But yeah, so we saw each other a few times after that, and then she had a lot of, like, medical issues, both mentally and physically.
Yeah.
She had a liver disease.
Oh.
And
that's pretty serious.
Yeah, and she still drank all the time. So, like, she has a failing liver, and she's drinking. So...
Yeah. So, like, she's not the smartest.
No, she's not the smartest. So she's like, I'm just going to get a new liver. And I was like, it's really not that simple. It's really not that simple.
She's such a bad person.
But she also had borderline personality disorder, which Brian had. Yeah. Which I don't think I talked about at all, ever, because I was just like, you know, it's a thing and it's whatever. But borderline personality disorder, like, he would just go off on me, like, at the drop of a dime. Like, he could be, like, being normal or, like, a nice person, and then, like, at the flip of a switch, just turn into this, like, evil, like, horrible person, and, like, just take all his anger out on me, and I'm left there, like, what just happened? Like, I don't understand what I did.
Right.
But you're yelling at me, and I don't get it. And I found out she had that, and I was like, oh.
You were immediately like, no.
I was like, this can't happen, like, at all.
Yeah.
And so I had to tell her, you know, look, you're nice and all, but I don't see us working out. And I had fun getting to know you, but I don't think we'll...
And experiencing my sexual awakening.
Yeah, thank you for making me realize that I was a lesbian.
Thank you for making me squirt.
Thank you. But I was like...
Is Once coming to town?
Maybe.
I wanted...
I
didn't really want to see it on Broadway.
What is? I don't even know what it is.
Closed. I wanted to see it. It's a musical.
About?
Don't know. Music.
Yeah, it looks like just a bunch of people playing guitars and violins.
It looks bad, but, like, the music is beautiful.
I'm sure it is. Once, a new musical, January 19th through the 24th.
Soon. I don't have money.
Yeah, that's pretty soon.
That's too soon. I don't have money.
I'm thinking about buying tickets to see The Lion King for my mom. Yeah. I know you hate The Lion King.
Well, yeah.
But, like, my mom wants to see it so bad, and I was just like, you know, I love my mom, so why not?
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be really shitty seating, but we're still going to be there.
Yeah, that's all that counts. Yeah. And the further away you are, the more realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You'll be like, that's a real jaguar.
That is a real fucking jaguar. And watch it be a real jaguar.
And then it kills the studio, the audience.
Yes.
And the cast, that's what I meant to say.
What a fun musical
And
that
you
would be.
like, you've never seen it, so like you don't know that
I'd
that's
be like,
not what happens.
yeah, this is very
You're like, wow,
realistic.
They're such good actors.
God, Lion King is brutal.
Like, they didn't tell the people in the front row not to wear nice clothes because they get blood splattered on them, but...
You may get wet, you will get soaked, wait, what is it? You may get soaked, you will get wet. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, you will...
Gallagher.
Wet your pussy.
Yep, like a lesbian, okay.
Yeah, like a lesbian.
But, so...
Because straight people don't get wet pussy.
No, they don't. Like, when I was, I didn't.
Oh.
Like, I didn't understand it. But anyway. So... Nina and I stopped talking, and after we stopped talking, that's when I met Sarah.
Yeah.
And Sarah... Pancouscous, as you so
I've just called her tonight.
delightfully call her.
Well, it's normally just Pancuso.
Pancuso, which her last name is Panoska.
Yeah.
But she's my girlfriend now. Spoilers.
Oh shit.
But she we met on OkCupid, and I don't know if I believe this, but she said she was like looking for 25 and older within a 50-mile radius, which she lives in Michigan, which is, we're pretty much like 200 miles apart. So, for whatever reason, my picture came up on the search, and she was like, oh, she's cute, and like clicked on my picture, and then she saw that I was 22 at the time, and I lived in Ohio, and she was like, well, why are you on my search?
Yeah.
But she messaged me anyway, and she thought, you know, if anything, it'll be a good jumping off point to get back out there, because she had just gotten over her ex, who she dated for 3 years, and while she was with her ex, and they were still together, her ex went away and got married to somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bad story.
Ew,
it's a really
I don't think
shitty
no.
thing that happened to her.
Was that 2015 too?
No, that was 2014.
Oh yeah, see, 2014
The last
was a
time,
bad year too.
the last time she talked to her was in 2015, was in March.
Oh.
So, like, Sarah and I started talking in May, and, you know, she, like, messaged me, and she was like, hey, I see you like Sons of Anarchy and shit. And
I hate you for liking that.
I do like Sons of Anarchy, though.
I want to like it.
I don't know why I like it. My mom watches it, and we watch it together, so I think that's why I like it.
Scene.
Really?
Yeah, they're, like, on a bike, and I was like, I'm already
You really
out of it.
need to watch it. Like, as it goes deeper and deeper, like, the storyline gets so much deeper and deeper. Yeah.
And harder,
It gets so much better.
and darker. Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah. But, so we started talking around Memorial Day. And, you know, the more I was talking to her, the more I started, like, liking her, like, a lot. And I was like, but you live in Michigan, and, like, I'm not looking for anything long distance,
Right.
because that's stupid, in my opinion. And I was like, no, because I had a lot of girls, like, that were long distance that were like, oh, I'd love to get to know you. And I was like, you live, like, an hour and a half away, and that's too far. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, no. Like, people in Columbus and Cincinnati, I was like, no.
Just
And-
far.
And then I end up with somebody who lives in Michigan. Like,
Yeah.
what? But I guess the hot ones. What it wants.
The hot ones. What the hot ones?
But, we continued talking, and that is in, when was it? I had it all written down, and I forgot it. In July, she asked me if I would go to a wedding with her. in St. Louis. And mind you, we had never, like, seen each other in person. Right. We had only, like, talked on the phone, we had text, and we had Skyped once before.
We had never met.
But we had never met in person. And I agreed to go 6 hours with somebody
to St. Louis.
To St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri. And it ended up being
sex.
A super, super fun trip.
With sex?
Yeah, of course there was sex.
Of course there
Like,
was.
of course there was sex.
And now you're moving to Michigan.
And fuck, I'm moving to Michigan now. At the end of March, actually.
So sad.
It is pretty sad. I'm gonna have to do a vlog.
You are.
I really will do a vlog.
You are.
I will.
That's something in 2016.
Yeah, my vlog.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Look out for Hannah Campbell's vlog in 2016.
That's what it's gonna be called.
Butterfly Wings vlog. I don't know what it's gonna be called.
Wings of Love.
Oh my god.
That's what it's called.
Wings of Love. We just decided.
Wings of Love, the Hannah Campbell vlog.
Shit. Okay, fine. But yeah, so that happened. So during all that, I was friends with Jacob Meep. And he was something. He he was also gay. He was the first person I actually came out to. Like, I didn't tell you what happened, how I came out. It was really kind of actually stupid.
It's because of Hillary Clinton.
It was because of Hillary Clinton, but...
That fucking Benghazi Second Amendment bitch.
Yeah, well...
I'm just kidding.
But,
I love that bitch.
I know you do. I do too. 2016. Hillary. But,
This podcast brought to you by Hillary Clinton. Please vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016 or don't fucking talk to me and my family.
But,
I mean, that's just me being real.
he's wearing a fucking suit. Or
Yeah, a tuxedo.
tuxedo.
Because it's like 9/11.
Ew. Okay.
New Year's Eve, it's
9/11? No, not at all.
9/11.
It's 9/11. But no, so, okay, so that day that I came out,
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton announced that she will be fighting for gay rights.
Yeah.
Like, this was before that gay marriage was legal. That's crazy though. That's a thing that happened in 2015. Yeah. But, we can get married to whoever we want now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Our dogs.
No, not that.
Children.
No.
This is where it's going.
This is where it's headed. Because
we opened Pandora's fucking box.
Perverted.
Yeah.
Thing. Okay, so like, it's Jacob. I remember it. We were in Yellow Springs getting ice cream at that Comb Corner place, and you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, well.
But I believe that it exists.
Yeah, it does. So I was getting ice cream, and we were sitting there talking, and he was like, "Oh, Hillary Clinton just announced that she's gonna be, fighting for gay rights and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Wouldn't it be amazing if?" And at this time, I was, out about being bisexual, and LGB, B being the bi, like, I'm part of that too, right? Like,
yeah.
But like, when you're bi, I guess you have more options, which you do. You have more options. You can marry a guy and it be legal. But he was like, now I can finally like marry whoever I want, and this is such a big thing for me. And I was like, why are you not including me in this? Like, and I took offense to it because I was like,
yeah.
Well, I'm part of that too, aren't I? And
right.
And he was like, well, I'm just saying I have more options. And I'm like, I guess this is stupid to get offended about, but I was like kind of offended because I'm like, first of all, I didn't feel accepted because I wasn't accepting myself for who I really was, because I wasn't being like I was a lesbian. But I don't know, it pissed me off. And he was like, you're making this about you. And I'm like, I'm not, though. But like,
he's the worst person.
And so like, when we were on our way home, he was yelling at me this whole time. And when we finally pulled in, I was like, can you just like lay off me? And it was just this big fight. And he was like, he came back to me and he was like, I don't understand why you get so offended about things sometimes. And I was like, it's because I'm a lesbian. And he was like, what? Like, it was just, what? And I was like, I'm not bisexual. I don't like guys. I'm a lesbian. And he was like, I don't understand. And I was like, I'm a like, I like girls, don't like guys. He's like, but you dated a guy. And I was like, that doesn't mean anything.
I hate him.
It doesn't mean anything.
I hate him.
I was like, you of all people should know, like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
And so we had this long talk, and then he was like, you should post it on Facebook, and you should tag Hillary Clinton in it, because what if it goes viral? That's why Hillary Clinton was in my post, because he wrote it for me.
Oh my god.
I didn't write that.
I hate him.
But, so I came out, and then,
I didn't think that status sounded like you.
It wasn't.
But I was like, good.
Good for
But like
you.
I did not think it sounded like you.
Because it wasn't.
Yeah.
He was telling me what to write, and I was like, okay. It's kind of sad thinking about it. Like, I didn't even get to, whatever. But I have to come out daily, basically, because, like, people at work, you know, ask me, like, oh, blah, 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 who are you? Like, people that don't know me, really. And I'm like, oh, I have a girlfriend.
Like the other with Reno.
Yeah, like, when you come out, like, it's not just once. Like, you have to come out daily.
Yeah.
Like, as a gay person. But, so, Jacob did not like Sarah because she was interfering and possibly threatening our friendship.
Right.
The way he saw it, he was like, you know, she's mine, and if she ends up being with you because you live somewhere else, she's going to want to go with you because when you're dating somebody, that's kind of the ultimate goal is just to, like, be with that person, you know?
Right.
I don't understand what the point is if not.
Well, yeah, exactly. You either break up or you marry him.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the only two things.
You really can't just. There's no in between. And so, like, if you like them enough and you tolerate them enough, like, tolerate them.
Want to be with them.
Yeah. But so he was very threatened by her, and he was very threatened by Nina, and
just anybody who brought you happiness.
Anybody other than him. Yeah. He was very threatened by you. Oh, yeah. You knew this. You knew this. You knew that he freaked out. He had a breakdown in the middle of Walmart after we went out to eat that one night, and
I hate him.
Granted, we did, like...
He's so ugly.
We did, like, exclude him from the entire conversation. Like,
well, there was nothing to include him
we couldn't add him. We couldn't explain everything.
Yeah, we would have killed ourselves.
We were trying to catch up, and it was just a good time, and...
Yeah.
Fuck him. So, long story short... Meep and I are not friends anymore. Like,
Meep and I are not friends anymore.
He is a bad human being.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
I never really thought that the word hate could, like, I could use it to describe how I feel about somebody, but I hate him.
It's pretty accurate, yeah.
Like, I really do hate him.
Yeah.
And one day I'll probably forgive him. Like, I've forgiven everybody else in my life that's done me wrong. Like, I will forgive him, but right now I do.
But not
hate him.
to be friends.
I will not be friends with him ever again. I will not speak to him ever again. It's just that's not.
Yeah.
That would be doing myself wrong. Like, he did so many horrible, awful things that I don't even want to talk about because, I mean, you know, like. So I don't.
Well, you talked about some of them on the other MOATAIF.
I did, yeah.
12-inch dick.
Yep.
This episode of MOATAIF brought to you by other episodes of MOATAIF.
What?
This episode of MOATAIF brought to you by other episodes of MOATAIF.
Oh my gosh.
It's
11.
I know, we have like 57 minutes left.
Oh,
we still have...
We can do it.
We can do like happy things now.
Oh, so I started working at Pretzel Maker.
Yeah.
In, October? Yeah, because we were doing the Fright Bites still.
Fuck.
Fright Bites.
I'd much rather be doing Fright Bites
than the motherfucking
fucking
box. How much comes in your box?
This episode of MOATAIF brought to you by Pretzel Maker. Box of bites. $12.75 for salted bites and 2 dipping sauce. If you'd like to add a drink, it is $14.29. I don't know why the drink adds like a random odd amount of dollar and dimes.
Flavored bites, $13.29.
Yeah.
Mozzarella
No,
bites, 14.
15, 16.
No shit, really?
Yeah. 14, 15,
Oh,
16,
okay, yeah, that makes
12,
sense.
13, 14.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well.
So, we were going to talk about politics, but that's too much. It's too heavy. It's not what I want to talk about anymore. I don't want to talk about newsmakers either, because that's too much.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to talk about, like, the best movies, TV shows, and albums of 2015. The best and the worst.
We can do that.
And then I'm sure we'll have to go back, because this will be a fast conversation, I think.
For sure.
Well, and then I think mostly we should probably finish with, like, looking forward to 2016, because we have a lot of things, I think, that we're looking forward to in 2016. But for right now, we shut on my balls. So I shut on my balls. I I saw a lot of movies in 2015. Mostly with Royal Nicholas Benton. Because for some reason we've just gone to the movies a lot lately. There's a lot more movies. It used to be like I didn't really like a lot of movies that were coming out.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, well, that's kind of shitty. Like superhero movies, like all that stuff. But I did see a lot of good movies this year. But probably what I liked the most, the movie I liked let's not do the most one. Let's build up to that one.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them aren't really in a particular order. But Inside Out, the Pixar movie, was one of them.
I saw that.
I
That
think
was real good.
I think that is one of the best Pixar movies.
It really is. Like, Finding Nemo will always be one of my favorites, but...
I don't actually know what my favorite is, because Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur both came out in 2015.
And fucking Good Dinosaur was so
and they're both
good.
good. Like, I liked them both. And
They were real
and
good.
going into The Good Dinosaur, I had very low expectations.
I did too, because there wasn't very much,
hoopla about it.
yeah, like there was about Inside Out or Frozen.
And I was like, what is this going to be? Like, Frozen is
Not
not Pixar. Frozen
It's
is
not?
not Pixar.
Why do I
Yeah,
think it
don't
is
know.
every single time?
I don't know. It's still not
It's a Disney
Pixar.
princess,
Yeah.
though. It's Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney, but
But it's
Disney
not
does other things than
Pixar.
Pixar. Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
I don't know. The last Pixar movie before that, well, it was like fucking Cars 2 or something.
God,
but it was
I
like
hate Cars.
it was like Brave, I think was the last one before that. It was like Brave, like Cars 2, and then Inside Out. Well, Monsters University.
I loved Brave.
Yeah,
I loved
didn't
Monsters
watch it.
University.
I didn't see either of those. I want to see Monsters University. But anyway, Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur are both very good. I don't know which one's better. I think Inside Out was more important, I think, because it was kind of like explaining what was going on for puberty, kind of, like, in a way.
Also, it was one of the big...
It has like an all-star cast.
It was super accurate. It was an accurate description, dumbed down of, like, your emotions.
Yeah.
And, like, your innermost thoughts and feelings and shit, so...
There are some experts think that it is going to be nominated for the Best Picture Oscar.
Really?
Which is like... I think... I can't remember what the other one was. There was another Pixar movie that was nominated for Best Picture. They always are nominated for Best Animated Feature, but like sometimes their movies are so good that they are even like in the consideration for just Best Picture in general.
I think aesthetically pleasing, like the Good Dinosaur was like that
Yeah.
was it, because like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it was like Earth, like it was,
Yeah.
and then like this was kind of like in your head, so it was more like futuristic,
cartoonish,
like, cartoony,
Yeah,
But it was very good, and I you know, I
was.
think that's what was so weird. I couldn't place like what was so different about Inside Out, and it was that it was more like a cartoon.
it was a cartoon
than what
yeah.
you're used to with
Than
obviously because Pixar is cartoons, but I mean like
But you're
they're like realistic,
more realistically
you know what I mean?
depicted cartoons of like everyday life,
Right.
whereas you can't, what's going on inside your head is like that's your imagination, and you can make it as crazy as you want. So that's what they did.
Yeah,
like,
and it worked really well.
It did, yeah.
I think Inside Out was a great movie.
It
I
was.
don't know which one was better though. Of the two Pixar releases, I don't know. I do think I think because I saw Good Dinosaur more recently, that I think in my head I'm like I liked that one more.
Yeah.
But
I cried at both.
yeah,
I
I
cried.
loved Inside Out though.
I cried more at Inside Out though.
Inside Out had like an all-star cast.
It did.
It was well received.
Yeah.
It was a good story.
It had a really cute, like, short clip at the beginning.
Oh, kill me!
That was so-
good. Nicholas and I cried.
I cried at that too.
It's so sad.
I cried at that too. Because
I was like, I just connected with a fucking volcano.
I know.
Like, but it was so good.
I need to watch it now.
And then, yeah, I do think Inside Out was better than The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
But like The Good Dinosaur,
The Good
had,
Dinosaur
like,
was really
a
good.
cute message about family.
Yeah.
And
I highly recommend The Good Dinosaur.
oh, me too.
Like,
Me
I
too.
think The Good Dinosaur and Inside Out are two of the better Pixar movies.
for sure.
Like, I love most Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Like Toy Story, the Toy
Finding-
Story series, Finding Nemo,
Finding Nemo
The
is my
Incredibles,
favorite.
that stuff. But I think, and like WALL-E is one of my favorites.
Oh, see, I've never watched WALL-E all the way through.
WALL-E is great. So then another movie that I listed, this one's more random. I listed Insidious Chapter 3 as one of the best movies of the year.
I have not seen, but I've heard
so
good about.
good.
Like,
It's so good. Have you seen the other two?
I've seen I've seen the other two, and I did not like the second one at all.
Yeah, the second one's not as good.
I watched it, but I watched it in broad daylight in
Yeah.
my living room. Like, and
Right.
it's like, I need that atmosphere. Like, I love
Right,
seeing
because
scary
we saw
movies.
Insidious 1
We
together.
did, and we were
and it was great. Like, we were terrified by
I
it. It
could
was so
not-
scary.
I saw a really... Can I add a movie to this list?
Yeah.
After we talk about Insidious 3? But yeah, I need, like, the dark atmosphere and, like, the the
surround sound.
surrounding.
Like,
yeah, like I need that for a scary movie.
When we watched Insidious, when it came out on DVD, just the first one in your room,
it was like
it wasn't as good.
Yeah, and then we even said that we were like, it's because it's not in theaters.
Yeah, but it's still a very good movie.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's
then
good.
When Insidious 3 came out, I was like, why? Like, why did they make a third one? Like,
That's
are you
what
fucking
I said,
kidding me?
and that's why I didn't go see it.
And then I watched Insidious 2 with Nicholas on Netflix, and then that same night, I was like, we have to go see the third one.
I hated the second one.
I know, I did hate it, but I was like,
See,
now we have to see the third one.
That's why I didn't want to see the third one. I was like, it's just going to be, like, an even worse remake. Like, it's going to be, like, okay, so, like, you know how you have Paranormal Activity 1, 2...
Oh, yeah, those are like, terrible. The Ghost Dimension.
I've never seen that. Like, I've seen all of them except, obviously, the newest one. But it's just like they keep getting worse and worse, and I keep subjecting myself to seeing them because I'm like, well, I got to because
I've seen the other ones.
Yeah, so like, but I always like leave disappointed and sad.
Yeah, it was the complete opposite for Insidious 3.
Yeah,
it was so good. It was a prequel, which I think is what helped it. You know, it took place before the first two, but it added like an extra air. I think for the first one, it was extra creepy because you didn't know the mythology. You didn't know what was going on. Like, you didn't know what the woman in black was. Like, you didn't know all that stuff. It was all,
yeah.
It was just a complete mystery. And then by the second one, you knew kind of what everything was. And then when in the second one, they gave like a backstory and a name to the character that was like the woman in black, like the old lady.
Yeah.
Which took away like the air of mystery, and it took away kind of like that it was scary.
Yeah.
And then in Insidious 3, it goes back to the beginning. There's new characters, but you still have like the old characters of like Elise and the paranormal investigators or whatever. But it's so good, Hannah. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah,
like,
I need to watch it.
It is. I think it is my favorite in the series.
And
like,
when I watch it, I need to watch it in a dark room.
Yeah.
With the sound turned all the way up.
Yeah, because it was so good. Nicholas and I both agree that it is the best in the series.
Right.
It was fantastic, and now that they've opened up to like prequels and sequels, and there's like an open timeline that they can explore with the way that they've done all the characters. Like in the second one, how Elise is dead. But she's, spoiler alert,
she's
like how in the second one she's dead and is still able to come back.
Yeah.
And then we go to prequels and
where
there's
she's
still,
there
she's alive.
Again.
But, and there's like, I was telling Nicholas that it's opened up, there's a timeline before that we can look at. There's a timeline after because she can still communicate through the spirit realm. Like, they've written it in such a way that there can be more if they do it right.
Right, yeah.
And I think Lee Winnell, who wrote and directed this one,
right,
Insidious 3, and he and James Wan created Saw, which is my favorite horror series.
That's just such a torture porn.
Yeah. That is my favorite horror series. They also created the Insidious series, and now finally
they did a really
Winnell,
good job with Insidious.
Yeah,
too, so.
Lee Winnell has taken over now, so I hope that when I'm sure it's inevitable that there's going to be Insidious 4.
Because wasn't Insidious 3 really well received?
Yeah, and major box office success.
Yeah,
and
so
that's just you just make more movies.
Definitely be a 4.
What was the movie you wanted to add?
I know you don't agree with this, but It Follows. Yeah, that was
did that come out this year?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
I fell in love with the movie because everything about the cinematography, can't say that word. Everything about it was it was so different. When I was reading reviews on why it wasn't such a hit was because people couldn't place the time period it was in. Do you remember how the clothing and everything was so different?
I still just thought it took place today.
And it was supposed to kind of.
I kind of thought it just took place in New Zealand or something, a different country.
And what was weird about it was the girl was reading off of an e-reader that doesn't even exist. It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that,
yeah,
but little clamshell thing that she was holding.
Once, yeah.
I have too, but it's stuck in my head so well because the cinema, the way the camera panned in certain angles and you got the first person point of view of this thing that's following you and it's constantly we don't know what it is, but I don't know, it just, like, it freaked me out so much.
What we do know is that it follows.
It follows all the time.
It was, and I thought it was, like, an interesting concept, but I feel like they just kind of, like, shit the bed with it. It was, like, too much. It was, like, long.
I loved it.
It wasn't long, but it was, like, it kind of ended abruptly, I thought.
I thought the ending was, like, perfect. Any other way that it ended, I would have been, like, super disappointed about.
I was disappointed.
I loved the ending.
Bad. Happy New Year, New Delhi, or wherever that was.
New Delhi?
Yeah, I didn't think Inside Out, or what is it?
Inside
It Follows
Out.
was pretty good. I didn't think it was very good.
I thought it was, I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite movies of this year. I also saw Spy, which I don't know if you saw. I was actually...
With Melissa McCarthy.
Did you see it?
No.
I was actually, and see, I'm not a Melissa McCarthy fan.
Yeah.
But I was actually pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually really good. Like, it got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't think it'd be that good.
It actually was, like,
because I think
pretty good.
I feel like it's just, like, her tried and true thing now. Like,
but
she's in movies like that.
See, like, the thing is, with her, the reason I don't like her was because, like, when I saw The Heat...
Right.
I couldn't even make it halfway through. I had to turn it off because all it was her and Sandra Bullock doing, like, horrible, like, improv.
Yeah.
And all they were doing was cussing.
Yeah.
And there was literally no, like, substance to it.
Right.
And I hated it. Like, I hated it. It was such, like, a
lowbrow humor.
Lowbrow. Yeah, and I'm like, I can't stand this. So,
and
like,
Spy was different?
Spy was completely different. Like, it was well written, in my opinion. And, like, she didn't have a lot of improv, which is why I liked it. Like, there wasn't a lot of room for her to just be her.
Yeah.
Which is why I liked it.
I do think she is funny.
She can be, but when in small doses.
Yeah, I think she just does the same thing, and, like, all of her movies have been the same. Like, Bridesmaids, and then, like, Tammy was also kind of like that. It was not, she was a criminal. And then she was a spy, and then she was now a spy again, like a police officer. Like, she's doing, like, the same things.
Badass women role.
Yeah, and now she's in, like, Ghostbusters, like the female version.
Which I'm kind of excited to see.
I'm looking forward to it, but I just think she's just doing more and more and more and more of the same.
Yeah. What else? Trainwreck.
I wanted to see that.
That actually wasn't that good in my opinion.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of Amy Schumer. Like,
I think
like her, but I think you can only, like with Melissa McCarthy, you can only do...
I think, like, her show is, like, I think her writing is good. Like, her... Yeah. I think her writing is good, and that's why I wanted to see Trainwreck, and I've heard that the screenplay is very good.
Yeah.
You just said you didn't like it.
It's the writing is good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the, I'm a slut, and that's... You can only do that so much, in my opinion.
Like, the other thing that I think about Amy Schumer is I don't like her stand-up, really.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like her stand-up. I don't like what is her name? Chelsea Peretti's stand-up from, like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't like because, her. Like, a lot of... This is going to sound rude, but a lot of female comedians, like, are overly sexual. Like, Chelsea Handler, I think, is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, she's funny. I don't know what makes her different. Like, Chelsea Handler, Kathy Griffin...
I think it's the
Joan
way
Rivers. I think they're all hilarious.
They carry themselves. Like, I think it's just different. Like,
and then you have, like, Amy Schumer and Chelsea Peretti, and, like, it's, like, sexual, which is okay. Like, sometimes that's funny. Like, it can be sexual. But I've noticed that a lot of female comedians, like, rely on, like, making noises. Have you ever noticed this?
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, I was on this store the other day, and I went like, and they were like, what? And I was like, and I'm like, what is that?
There's
like,
a female comedian named Eliza Schlesinger.
Yeah.
And she is one of my favorites besides Maria Bamford, which Maria Bamford is my favorite.
I don't know her.
She's fantastic, and you have to listen to her. I have some of her stuff, but she makes fun of the fact that all female comedians are like, when they go on to perform, they have like a voice like this, and they're like, hey, right, girls, like like that. So
and then they go,
yeah, pretty much. And but it's just, I don't know, like, I just don't like the whole, like, let's slut shame ourselves so people can't do it to it. Like, it's just stupid to me.
Let's see, what else did I see this year? the finale of Hunger Games, Mockingjay
Oh,
Part 2
I haven't
was
seen
good.
that yet.
That was really good.
I want to. I was gonna go see it by myself, and then I've been working so much
Yeah.
that I can't.
I also liked The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, God,
that
I
was so
saw
good.
that!
It
Oh
was
my
so
God, that
good.
was so good. I was blown
I was
away
so
by
surprised. I thought... Because there's always a twist in an M.
Of
Night Shyamalan
course
movie.
there
I
is.
hated the little boy. I will say I hated the little
He
boy.
got
He was kind of
annoying.
funny, but he was a little
He was
annoying.
cute at
Him and his
first.
fucking lisp. I did think it was funny. Like,
His
he's
lisp.
like Katy Perry or whatever it was. Like I forget what it was, but
Kelly Clarkson.
he like
or-
cursed like in
Oh, he would say, like,
diva names.
Holy Jewel, and like
Yeah, something. Yeah. But it was for me. I always thought the twist was going to be
they're crazy. Like
there was like an alien in the basement controlling their
or they
grandparents
were
or whatever.
like possessed or some
Yeah.
shit. Like they were
But
just
it was like
crazy.
it's so out of like a complete left turn. Like
See, and I saw it coming kind of like when they mentioned like the mental hospital and everything, and I don't want to give any spoilers away if anyone is listening that hasn't
probably
seen
not
it.
even Nicholas by now.
Nicholas has turned it off.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I haven't. He's
There's
no,
no way
listening.
he will
Yeah.
finish this. If you do, you are the real MVP.
I mean, he might,
He might.
but in like multiple sittings. I think. Yeah,
you can't do this in one night.
yeah, no. How are we? How are we doing
no
it?
idea.
Yeah,
It's almost 11:30.
yeah.
We almost there, boy. But it was so good. The ending was
it was
perfect.
because to me, I did not see that coming at all. Like I knew
No.
something was coming, but I didn't see that exact twist coming. But for me, the best movie that I saw of the year. Now there are movies that technically came out this year for like Oscar nominations, but that I haven't seen yet, or that haven't had like a wide release, like movies that have premiered, like The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne that I really want to see. Carol with
I really want to see that.
Yeah, Carol with what's her name, Kate Blanchett.
And
I want to see The Big Short.
yeah,
I want to see Spotlight.
Yeah.
Like all these like big Oscar names, I want to see, but they haven't like been released around here. But the movie that I was most impressed with this year was Trumbo, starring Bryan Cranston,
right. Which I
who is just one of my favorite people, like
Yeah.
just in general. I've met him.
Yes, you have. I just looked at the picture
Yeah,
of you too.
I always, whenever I like think of Bryan Cranston, I'm like,
You're
there
like,
he is right there.
What up?
It was very interesting because it wasn't really something that I had known a lot about. Because it's like a biopic or a biopic, I guess is how you would technically pronounce it. But about Dalton Trumbo, who was a screenwriter who joined the Communist Party, which is kind of bad, I guess. Like
Yeah.
you know you're supposed to think like communism is bad.
Yeah.
But he was then blacklisted for being a communist. Like they wouldn't let him make movies. Like
Right.
and so he would like sell movies under a pseudonym. He won actually like 2 Oscars under false names.
No shit.
Yeah, like in this time when he was being blacklisted, and it was very just a great movie. Like you know, I went to see in 2014 Foxcatcher, which had Steve Carell in it, and he was
Love Steve Carell.
yeah. Oh, fuck me, Steve Carell. He's so good. That was something that happened this year. I watched The Office for the first time. Was that this year? I don't know.
That was this year?
I think so.
Holy crap.
Um,
Well, I mean, I just watched it for the first time last year.
Yeah. I think it was this year. Maybe not. I don't fucking know. But,
It's all running together.
yeah. He, I went to see Foxcatcher with Steve Carell because he was nominated for an Oscar, and I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
and it was a good performance, but the movie was shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean...
Trumbo is genuinely, like, I do think Bryan Cranston will be nominated for an Oscar for it. I don't think he's going to win, because a lot of people think it's Leo DiCaprio's year,
Maybe.
which I
People have thought that
every year.
many times
Yeah.
past.
But I think it would be deserving. Now the worst movies that I've seen, not necessarily that I've seen, actually I've only seen one of them, and it's Sinister 2. And I was so looking forward to Sinister 2. I don't know if you saw Sinister 1.
I did not. I didn't
It's
even see
so
Sinister
good.
2.
It's Sinister.
I don't
it's
see a lot of
Sinister,
movies.
I know you don't. Sinister was so good. It was like a unique, to me, I thought it was like a unique horror movie. It was
See, I've heard that about it. Like, I've heard it's really good, and I need to see it.
It was really good. Like, if you're a fan of horror movies,
Yeah,
which
which I am.
you are, like, you should definitely see it. Like,
For
it was very
sure.
unique, an interesting story, and I had such high expectations for the sequel, and it was the worst.
Aw.
Like, it was actually, like, a shitty movie.
Really?
Like, it wasn't even just, like, it wasn't because I had high expectations. Like, it was just a bad movie. And then all of the movies on this worst movies list are sequels. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Well, I have one that I'm going to throw in here after you're done.
Pitch Perfect 2 and Minions. Minions is the worst thing that's happened this year, I think.
I've only seen Despicable Me.
Like, the mass shootings are better than Minions.
Oh my god.
And that's just for real.
That's
just me being 100.
100. I've only seen Despicable Me. I haven't seen Despicable Me
exactly.
2.
And Despicable Me was a good movie.
I like Despicable Me.
And they were, like, cute in that. And now I hate
Minions because everybody at Assurant fucking loves Minions. Why? I don't know. But everybody has Minions all over their desk, and they have Minions on t-shirts, and they have Minions, and they talk about Minions, and they think they're the funniest thing ever. And I really could give a shit less about your Minions on your goddamn desk.
And, like, Minions appeal to, like, children and, like, 50-year-old women. I don't understand.
No shit, because every 50-year-old woman that I work with sends me gifs of Minions in Instant Messenger all the time. Like, have a terrific Tuesday. Or, like
shut the fuck
and like
up.
TGIF, and then it's like a little minion shaking its ass at the camera, and it's like,
fuck.
I hate you.
I hate
Samantha.
Minions.
I hate you. I hate that you're sending me all these Minion gifts. Please stop. Please.
What a cunt.
Stop.
What was the movie you were gonna add?
The Gallows.
Yeah, I figured it was bad.
Was terrible.
I figured it would be terrible.
Oh, also, Unfriended is another.
I figured that would be terrible.
Horrible movie.
Yeah.
I went to see all the shit movies this year.
Yeah, clearly.
Apparently. But I was in the mood for a horror movie, and nothing had come out since. Okay, so first I went to see Unfriended, and I was like, okay, it's really stupid and really campy, but like there were a few jump scenes, like jump scares, so it was like whatever. But The Gallows, like when I saw previews for it, it was like unlike any other horror movie you've ever seen, and blah blah blah, and like talking it up real big, and I'm like, I have to see it. Like,
right.
It looks good. Like, I don't understand what the gallows means because it didn't give any.
You mean what it was about?
Yeah,
you know what
I know what the gallows is.
Yeah.
I know what a gallows is.
Because all the commercials were just audience reactions, which is so stupid.
But it works because I wanted to see it.
Because you're like, what is it?
Yes,
like,
I was like.
But they did that with Paranormal Activity as well. Like the first
one's
Activity.
actually not that bad.
Well, I know, but like they did that same tactic with that.
Yeah.
To get people in the theaters.
Yeah. Well, so I went to go see it, and like it was the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
What was it even about?
So this fucking school in the 90s put on this play. It was like 1990. And they put on this play called The Gallows. And it was about a pilgrim who was sentenced to death by hanging at the gallows. And they had a fake gallows set up, or rigged, so like he would hang, but he actually wouldn't die.
Yeah.
So it looked like he was being hung at the gallows.
And these are children.
And they're high schoolers.
Oh, I thought you said elementary school.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, I think you said elementary school.
Didn't mean elementary.
I mean, maybe I just heard that, but like...
Did I? I don't know. We'll find out. So,
I was like, this is fucked up for children. Well, we couldn't even do Sweeney Todd. Like...
No, like, they're hanging them. No, like, no. They were high schoolers, and, so fucking... I'm just gonna tell you the whole story.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm never gonna watch it.
No, you shouldn't, because it was terrible. So it was shot like a.
Now,
like
was it terrible because it was found footage?
It was a found footage.
That shit.
It was a found footage.
I hate that shit. But then again, The Visit was found footage, and it turned out really well.
The Visit was so good, though. I can't explain. It was the director, obviously.
Well, I wonder, like, was it just bad because you had high expectations, or was it just actually bad?
It was actually bad.
Yeah.
So, like, I did have high expectations, and at first I was like, yeah, this is different, kind of creepy, cool. But, like, so, like, during the actual, like, play,
yeah,
something happens, and the kid actually hangs and dies.
Yeah.
And...
Well, that's fucked.
Yeah. And so, like, 20-some years, because this is supposed to be present day.
Right.
20-some years later, 19 years... They had to have been... 15 years later. We're just going to say 15 years later. This girl is bringing back... It's like the 15-year mark since that happened.
And she wants to revive
the play.
That's why. That's the worst idea.
Well, you'll see.
Like, that's immediately the worst idea.
Yeah.
If I died during My Favorite Year and then 15 years later you did My Favorite Year again, that would be so fucked.
You would definitely haunt us.
Like, that would be so fucked up.
What happened.
Yeah.
So,
what
like...
a dumb bitch.
Yeah. Well,
was she in the show?
Yes, she was the main girl.
Oh, so, like, it was her fault.
Well, you'll see what happens. Just wait. I'm telling you the story.
Just wait.
And, so... These group of high schoolers, like, there's one... Okay, so there's 2 guys, 2 girls. And the main girl and this guy, like, he's really popular, and he does football and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, his friends are giving him a hard time for being the lead guy, the one that gets hung in the play, because they're like, oh, you're like a...
You're gonna die.
Theater... No,
you're like
theater... Yeah.
Was he?
No.
Damn it.
But he ended up having a crush on this girl who is reviving.
Ew, she's like 15 years older.
No.
Oh,
she's
I thought...
a child. She's 15.
Oh,
she's 15.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying...
No.
I thought you were saying that, like, a girl, the original, like,
No.
girl who was in the original production of the kid who died, like, wanted to revive it.
No.
Oh, I was like, that's a rude bitch right there.
She's 15. And...
So she, like, just heard about this, and she's like, let's do this.
Well, she's obsessed with it for some reason.
Yeah, because she's a fucking freak.
Well, you'll see.
Is she emo?
You'll see. No, she's not emo. She's just like, okay, picture, like, Rachel from Glee.
Yep.
That's her. So,
Yuck.
That's her. So... They're practicing it, and then the main guy, his friend... wants to break into the school and destroy the set the night before the musical, so they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to go on, and he doesn't have to
be a faggot.
Yeah. So, like, the guys, he's like...
And this is all found footage?
Yes. Like, they're just, like, recording with a little camera, and they're, like, being stupid.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It didn't flow very well. That's why it was
doesn't sound
stupid.
like it should be a found footage
Exactly.
movie.
It was very, like, it was choppy.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. But, like, they break into the school, and then, surprise, surprise, the spirit of the guy who died 15 years ago
is
still there, and is pissed that they're trying to redo it, and he's pissed that they're trying to destroy the set, and he's just pissed.
Yeah.
So, like, he's trying to exact revenge.
Can you see him?
No, you never see him.
Yeah. They're
trying to exact revenge on these kids.
Right.
And it's Rachel, the Glee
Barry,
girl.
Yeah, Rachel Berry.
We're just gonna call him Finn.
He's dead, though.
He is. Sorry, Corey Monteith.
Sorry, Corey Monteith. Don't call him Puck, because child porn.
Puck child porn. That's something happened in 2015. But no, fucking... Okay, so these 2 guys, and then the
Rachel Berry.
The other couple of the guy who makes fun of the other guy, and then his girlfriend. She's like a cheerleader. She's like blonde and
She's
shit.
Quinn.
She's Quinn, yeah. And they all go to this school, and then the Rachel girl finds out that they're there to actually destroy the set, and she's pissed.
Everybody's pissed.
Everybody's pissed
This is
off.
such a bad movie.
I know, it is terrible. It's so hard to get through right now. So everybody's pissed. And then, like...
People start dying.
They try to leave, and then the doors are locked. Why? We don't know.
Because ghosts.
Because ghosts. They can't get out, so then they're trying to get out, and then one by one they start dying and disappearing and shit. And then at the end, it's just...
Rachel Berry.
Rachel Berry and...
Quinn Fabray.
No, Finn.
Oh.
Yeah. Well...
And then Finn dies.
And then... Well...
Oh,
and then
Hannah, you should not have called him Finn.
I should not have. But I'm doing it. So, like...
Ring, ring, ring,
we're
ring,
sticking to it. So they show the scene where he actually gets hung, and the ghost is like, "I want him to hang," but he doesn't say that. But like, you know that the only way that he's going to stop is if that guy hangs himself.
Oh.
So like, they go.
Well, that sounds pretty neat. But I would just want to watch that one
very
scene.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of like, oh, cool. But then at the same time, you're like, this is stupid. So like, he hangs himself, and then the police find this footage and then go to Rachel's house because she survived. She's the one that survived. And she's actually the daughter of the guy who died 15 years before. so that's why she was so obsessed with it. That was her dad's final performance, and like,
so she made this happen.
yes, that was it.
That's a horror movie unlike any horror movie I've ever seen.
That's so fucking stupid.
So stupid.
That's the worst thing
and
I've
like,
ever heard.
I'm sure if it was done correctly,
No.
probably not even then.
No.
No, like, but like, it was kind of like, oh yeah, I see that you tried, and it was like, meh. It was stupid.
I was literally about to piss my pants, but we're so close to being done.
It's
We have
11.
26 minutes.
34 p.m.
There's only 26 more minutes after 2015.
Holy
Speaking
shit.
of 26 minutes, some TV shows are 26 minutes. Not the ones on my best TV shows of 2015 list.
What a cool segue.
Yep, number 1, Better Call Saul. Best show of 2015, best show in a
not
while.
seen it.
Breaking Bad is the best show of our
I
lifetime.
love Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad will be the best show of our lifetime, but Better Call
For
Saul
sure.
is a close second.
I need to watch it.
Well, maybe not of our lifetime, but Better Call Saul. Well, Breaking Bad is.
Well,
Breaking
yeah.
Bad
Breaking
is
Bad
the
is.
best show of our lifetime. But
It's so
Better Call
good.
Saul is a good follow up because it stands out on its own.
Yes.
It kind of has an identity of its own,
Yes.
while still relating to the Breaking Bad universe. And I think it gives a lot of heart to Saul Goodman, who kind of we didn't really know
him.
about. A lot
He was
of
kind
Saul
of just like a
Goodman.
funny little character.
Yeah, and so when they announced that they were making a spinoff, I was like, oh, that could be bad, but I had very high expectations, and it exceeded even my highest expectations. Like,
Wow.
I already had high expectations, and it's even better than what I had anticipated.
Huh.
And it's not... And it's very well acted. It's very well written.
Yeah.
Like, it is as well written as Breaking Bad was.
Yeah.
Everything's so meticulously planned out.
Breaking Bad's so good.
It's so good, and Better Call Saul will get better as it goes.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm very excited to see like where that goes in 2016, but definitely the best show of 2015, period.
Oh, yeah.
But I also enjoyed, surprisingly, American Horror Story Hotel.
Love,
That made my best list.
Love American Horror Story Hotel.
I love American Horror Story, but I had very low expectations after Freak Show.
I have not watched Freak Show all the way through because I cannot do it.
When I finished Freak Show, I did end up having a newfound what is the word I'm looking for? Appreciation for it. I do like.
I want to see this
Freak Show.
Speaking of American Horror Story,
Crime.
American Crime Story.
Yeah, but that's not.
But that's not
What is
2015. This is American Crime Story.
Is it? No, I think it's just American Crime.
No, keep watching.
Is it?
Just keep
No,
watching.
that's Regina Crane of American Crime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong.
Yep.
He sure was.
I do want to see American Crime Story.
I
though,
do too.
Which is like the O.J. Simpson trial, the first
Yes.
season at least. I do want to see
See,
that.
we were too young for that.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
But I do think Ryan Murphy is good at TV, but he gets bad as it goes.
He does.
Yeah. Like Glee, terrible.
Oh God, Glee
Nip
got
Tuck was
so
phenomenal. Like
stupid.
Nip Tuck was one of my favorite shows, and then towards the end it was absolutely terrible. Scream Queens started out good, absolutely terrible by like the
never
second
watched
episode.
Scream Queens.
You don't need to.
No, I don't plan on it. I do want to finish American Horror Story
American Horror
season
Story
5.
is going downhill, but Hotel is a good season. Like,
What's
I think,
your favorite season of American Horror Story?
I don't know anymore.
You don't?
I think Coven might be.
Yeah, I think we had this discussion.
I think Coven might be. My go-to answer was always Asylum, but now I don't know.
Coven is my favorite, and then Murder House, and then Asylum, and then Hotel, and then Freak Show, just because I haven't watched it.
That's a list I'm pretty comfortable with.
Yeah.
Hotel was surprising to me because I thought once Jessica Lange left, it would be terrible.
Yeah, I
And
did too.
it is missing Jessica
Oh,
Lange.
for sure.
Like for a
like
while,
it didn't feel like
for a while I
American
was over
Horror
it.
Story.
Like for a while I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
But then once I started thinking about, like once I rewatched like other seasons with Jessica Lange, I
Yeah.
was like, it is sorely missing Jessica Lange.
Oh yeah.
Like they're doing good. I think Lady Gaga's a good actress.
She is. She's doing just a good job. Not
I think
not just a good job.
I
But she's
think-
doing a
and,
good job.
You know, I didn't know who the Ten Commandments killer was. I thought I didn't see it coming. I know you said your mom did.
My mom did. Yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
It was a
it started getting more obvious as it went, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, I didn't know.
Like, why else was he invited to that dinner with all the other killers?
Well, that was
Blah,
weird.
blah, blah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting season. I think there's a chance that it could get worse as it goes.
I have a feeling it might.
Because I don't know how they're going to end it. Like, but that was the same thing with Freak Show. I was like, what is the story? Like, how does it end? Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen the ending, so don't spoil it.
And then the other show that I have listed is The Walking Dead.
Which
Because the second half of season 5 was phenomenal.
And that's the only part of it I've seen.
Yeah, the second half of season 5 was phenomenal. And then like the first half of season 6 was alright.
Wait, I saw season 6, not season 5.
Yeah, the episodes that we watched for season 6.
Yeah, okay.
The second half of season 5 was phenomenal. Season 5 was phenomenal. Season 6 has room to grow.
You explained
I'll
it
say.
to me. You explained what happened and how it happened. So
yeah. Season 6 is good.
I do want to see it. Like, I need to watch it. It's on Netflix. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
But I do want to watch it. Like, I've watched the first 2 episodes, and I know, like, everything with Terminus, what happens.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
See, I almost feel like after how good season 5 was, that waiting like 7 months in between seasons, we were let down with season 6 like premiere.
Yeah.
I thought the season 6 premiere was pretty bad. I think it was a good episode, but like not
for a premiere
after like 7 months of waiting.
That is a long time. Like, did you watch Fear of the Walking Dead?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I got in. It took me a minute to get into it, but once I
heard it
did,
was
I
slow.
liked it.
It was a slow
But like
startup.
you know, that's what it has to be.
Well, yeah,
because
I mean,
you got to
it's...
think like it starts at the. I should have put that on my list. I forgot that came out this year. But like, Fear the Walking Dead was, you know, people expected it. You know, we're 6 seasons into The Walking Dead. Like,
yeah,
you know, we're not doing character. We're not doing like introductions of characters. Really, you know,
right.
Like we know these characters. We live
right.
these characters. Like we love these characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so they had to introduce all the characters. So, like, the series premiere, it was kind of slow. Like, they had to introduce the characters. And it's also
right.
at the very beginning of the zombie apocalypse. Like,
they don't even call it the zombie
what's
apocalypse.
happening.
Like,
you know?
they don't call them walkers.
Yeah, they don't know
yeah.
anything. Like,
yeah.
And, so, of course, you know, a lot of people are like, they're so stupid. And it's like, yes, because they don't have the 6 years of knowledge
experience.
That we have.
Yeah.
You know, they're completely new to this.
Yep.
And, you know, I found myself, like, getting drawn to the characters, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have helped if it was a longer season.
Yeah.
Because there's only 6 episodes. I
yeah.
mean, but I would say that it was one of the better shows of 2015. Because there's a lot of garbage on TV.
There really
The Big Bang
is.
Theory would be the worst. The Big Bang Theory is the worst show on television.
And it's crazy that it's won so many awards.
Yeah, I want to kill myself for the fact that it's won awards.
Oh.
And then I didn't think 2015 was a good year for music. But the albums that I listed on best albums of 2015 are 25 by Adele,
yes.
which immediately is one of my favorite albums.
It's a good one.
And Honeymoon by Lana Del Rey.
Yep.
Both are 2 of my favorite albums now, like in my top 10. So I guess in terms of that, it's a good year for music. But
yeah.
It really wasn't. Like, there's not, like, as I was scrolling through the list of, like, all the albums, because I didn't want to forget anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, like, scrolling through the list of, like, all the albums that came out this year, and I was just like, damn, like, there's a lot of stuff that I just don't care about.
Yeah.
I don't care about Kendrick Lamar. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about Drake. I don't care about Fetty Wap. I don't care about Alabama Shakes. I don't care about Meghan Trainor. I don't care about Carrie Underwood, you know, who's singing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, you know, there wasn't a lot.
I mean, I discovered Halsey, which she's been out, but like discovering
I
do
music,
like her like quite a bit, and Troye Sivan because of you, and Melanie Martinez, but those are really the only. And the other ones you mentioned, those are really only the ones that I've. Oh, well, Fall Out Boy's CD came out, and I really do like Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
So,
I think I also some of the singles from David Bowie's next album, Black Star, came out, and they're phenomenal.
when does that?
Next week, on Friday, not tomorrow Friday, but next week Friday. Yeah. It's so good because you know David Bowie's like a superstar
for sure.
Like, people know David Bowie, and this is like a complete left turn. Like, it's unlike anything he's ever recorded. And that's why I like it, because it's, you know, it's not
Stardust.
it's not his normal stuff, you know, and it shows that he's like experimenting as a performer and like a singer. And I also think you know, a lot of people view most of the album as like him looking at his own mortality.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because this album's coming out on his 68th birthday, 69th or 68, I think, 68th birthday, and like,
wow.
You're not gonna live forever.
Well, no.
But and it's like sad to me to think that that's like what he's thinking of. But I think a lot of good music comes from heartache and confusion and like sadness and anger. Like I think those are great things to write music from, like Jagged Little Pill,
for sure.
25 by Adele, Ultraviolence, Lana Del Rey, and now Black Star by David Bowie. Like I think, and especially on records, I've mentioned this to RJ. I think Black Star has a good chance at being the first album to score a 100% from both of us.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because we both love Black Star so far.
Yeah.
He's released 2 singles, Black Star and Lazarus, and I love both of those. And then one of the other songs that is going to be on the album, he's already released on a different album. Mm-hmm. So you can hear that too. Mm-hmm. So really, you've heard 3 of 7 songs, and it's getting a 3 out of 7 so far from the songs that we've heard. So I think it stands a very good chance of being the first album to be a cool 100%.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be an interesting milestone, because right now, the biggest milestone we have is that The Gift of Rock received a 0 from both of us.
Oh my god!
So it's a complete 0%.
Who's The Gift of Rock? What is that?
It's a Smash Mouth's Christmas album.
Oh my god!
Like, which is immediately going to be terrible.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck! How do we still have 14 minutes?
What do we talk about?
What are we looking forward to in 2016? Seeing Jessica Lange on Broadway.
Yes.
Campaigning for Hillary Clinton to be the president, because I want merch. I want her political merch. I want her lit. Seeing Adele. We got tickets to see Adele.
We did. We were one of the lucky few that got to see...
Ronald Reed.
Fuck Ronald Reed. We were some of the lucky few to get tickets.
You're moving to
Michigan. I'm moving to Lansing, Michigan in March. My lease is up March 29th, so it has to be before then, or else I'll be homeless.
Yeah.
Your 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Which is also Adele.
Yeah. I'm releasing a cast album of One Bugging BBB Beep.
We're going through this too fast because it's still only
Zootopia.
13 minutes. Yeah, that looks cute.
I'm seeing the Bridges of Madison County tour.
You're going to Vegas? When are you going to Vegas?
Maybe. That's like been a plan for like a long time.
With what?
My family.
With who? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was like the plan, and then they were mad because I wanted to see Adele instead. But I was like, I didn't know we were going to be there on my 21st birthday. Like, I didn't know that was the idea.
Yeah, well.
Like, I thought it was just like we were going to celebrate my 21st birthday, but not like
on my
21st birthday. So we've made it so far. Like, I want to like stop. But, like, we're so close.
We are so close. We have to keep going. We have to.
We have to, or else we'll feel bad.
We've done it so far. We can do this.
We've talked so long.
We have.
It's like, it just feels like it's reached a natural conclusion. Like, we've talked for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
But, like, I feel like, I don't know, 2015 has been a mix of so much bad, but, like, also there's been just a lot of good that's come out of it. Like, I don't know, I guess it's just like every other year, but when you're thinking about it in the moment, it's like it's a big deal. And like 20 years from now, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, 2015 sucked. Like, I'm not gonna be like, this was terrible. Like, it ruined my life. Like, no, like I won't even probably remember half the things that happened to me in 2015.
Like in specifically 2015. Yeah.
But right now, just here and now, like it's a big deal. Like, because this
and like
what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and like New Year's is never like a big deal, but it is like kind of. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not really thinking about it, but like, you know, I always like as like we're counting, like as it's like 10, 9, I'm always like, oh, like this is kind of sad.
Like this is the end of a chapter.
We're going to die. I always like hit. I always get like really like I always have like weird
You have like
feelings
a
of like mortality.
Morbid like going on right now. Like
not really, but like I always get like I always have like weird feelings of mortality. Like when I graduated high school, I was like, I will die. Like, you know what I mean?
One of these days,
you're,
will die.
You're like, oh, like I'm no longer like in school. Like that's a huge chapter of your life.
Like you're very.
That's the first 18 chapters of your life. Like
it's
over.
your youth.
And like my youth. My youth is yours, and then my youth. Okay, here's another thing we have to discuss. This year, it's almost last year.
Oh God.
2015.
We're gonna have to start saying 2016.
I know, right? Which is weird that it's here because in 2012 we were like, I wonder who's gonna be the president in 2016, and now it's here and it's gonna be Hillary Clinton.
It will be Hillary Clinton.
But the other thing, the first song Spotify told me in my year in music that the first song I listened to was "Finishing the Hat." From Sunday in the Park with George.
Okay.
What is my first song going to be? Who knows?
Who knows?
I kind of want it to be Lazarus from Black Star.
So many opportunities.
Yeah. I think it's like, it has to represent like a song that like I'm listening to the most right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's like Black Star.
Yeah.
Something from Black Star or like something from Adele.
I'm listening to a lot of Troye Sivan and Halsey and Lana and I didn't even talk about it. I went to see Lana and Madonna
that
in
was
concert.
something we were going to talk about. I forgot.
That was a big thing that happened. I saw Lana and Madonna in concert, but yeah.
We didn't get to talk about that really.
They were both in Chicago.
I have to piss so bad. It's like making me cold.
Aw. Well, you have 9 minutes.
I do.
9 minutes, guys, until 2016.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying guys.
Of course, this is gonna like end up. This is gonna like be posted at like. This is gonna. I don't know how long. I've never done something this long,
what if
so
it
I don't
doesn't
know how
even
long
do
it will
it?
upload. Well,
What if it's just like?
It will. I mean, it will probably take forever.
Yeah.
I have to pee. Like I can't.
Oh, you need to hurry because I can't ring in the new beer.
I can't. This is 11. Oh, it's 11:51.
I can't ring in the...
I thought it was saying there were 11 minutes and 51 seconds left until the fucking New Year.
I can't ring in the New Year by myself.
That would be so sad.
Just like myself on a podcast, like
hello. Like, I'll be right back. Just entertaining.
I'll talk, yeah. But I've never really talked alone with the microphone. But like I was saying, 2015 has been quite a year, and when it comes down to it, I was talking to my mom recently, and she just turned 50, and she's like, you know, more than half of my life is over. More than half of my life is gone, and it like hit me hard. Like, if you don't, basically just live in the moment is what I'm trying to say. And Zach's coming back. Hopefully I heard the toilet flush. He's here.
He's back.
Hi, Bella.
Have you ever had to pee so bad that when you finally did, your dick hurts?
No, because I don't have a dick.
I forgot about that part.
I forgot you don't have a dick.
I forgot you, girl.
Oh, cool.
You know, I'm just kidding.
I know.
You fucking bitch.
Why do we hate each other?
We're gonna ring in 2016 and then never talk again.
Yeah.
What if that's what happens? That'd be so sad.
That would be so sad, but no, it's not happening. But basically, what I was telling people while you were gone,
while I was pissing,
was that just recently my mom turned 50, and she said more than half of my life is over.
Yeah, which is like sad.
She's like, more than half of my life is done. Like, I will never be able to say, you know, I've still got such and such years. Like, she's like, yeah. I will probably only live to my late 70s, early 80s, maybe 90s. Like, yeah, just depends. But she's like, literally more than half of my life is done.
Yeah, which is like a sad thing to think about.
She's
but,
like,
that's what I've got. Like, I feel like I'm like I haven't had like a midlife crisis.
You're 20.
I haven't had like a midlife crisis, but I've always, like, after I graduated high school, I was like, I will die.
Yeah.
Like, and when I turned 20, I was like, I will die.
You're 20. But I think about it sometimes. Like, I think about, you know, not my own mortality, but I think about, like, just how fleeting, like, our time here is.
Right.
And just how,
before we like evaporate into nothingness.
Yeah, like you will only be remembered by those who love you, and then once they're gone, you will not be remembered unless you do something remarkable. Which, just think about all the people that have died that we don't remember. Like, we don't. Like, half the time,
like billions of people.
Half the time I don't remember what my grandma sounds like.
Yeah.
Half the time I don't remember what she looks like unless I see a picture.
Which is, like, exciting that we have that on video.
It is.
Like, isn't that, like, a good thing? Like,
it is very exciting.
Well, I'm white. Like,
it's such a good thing. Like, I'm happy we have it on video. I'm happy. Oh, I hate that stupid dress.
I fucking hate that dress.
Why is this on the same list
and I hate
of
Star Wars.
Syrian refugees and gay marriage? Why was the dress on there?
Because it says it's Google, so it's like what we Google, like...
How can the world find peace?
Something about, like, what we Google, like, showed who we were or something like that. It's
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. Problematic. But, like, she is a hero.
Yes.
Like, she is a hero, but I wish she was doing more... to not be a Republican.
Yes. Just do it. But she
Fuck. I hate
Hotline Bling.
It's alright. I keep calling it Bing.
Ever since I left the city, you. I love the girl who's written. Hotline Bling is written about.
Who that?
Whoever she is, she's a pretty powerful bitch.
Oh, I'm saying, I thought you meant like...
Like, she's living her life, and this egotistical, butthurt guy is like, you used to be a good girl and not do anything and let me be the man whore, and now you're going out and doing things.
Bella's so cute. She's so ready to go to sleep.
Look at Bella. Bella, are you going to ring in the new year with me?
Yes. Oh,
I'm
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got to move the mic so I can sit back down. Oh.
Come on, you ruined it. Look at Bella.
She loves getting a belly rub.
Oh, Bella. I wish y'all could see. I say y'all like we have so many
there's like hundreds
listeners.
of thousands of people listening. I wish there were hundreds of thousands of people listening, but one's good enough.
Yes. Thank you, Nicholas.
Hello, Nikola Tesla.
Hi.
I hope your new year brings you everything that you hoped you would have in your entire life. This is so intimate, and I just want you to know that we have your best interest in heart. And if you
do you like these cell tones coming from my voice through the microphone, through your speakers, to your ears?
What? It's really,
it's Veronica
we'll support you through everything,
We love you, Nicholas.
We want to bury your children.
Yes, we do.
We have decided that we are going to bury children.
We're going to be in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah,
and we're going
I have to squirt
children.
diarrhea. I
what
think.
The fuck?
Like I'm getting to the diarrhea part of the night.
I'm getting to the diarrhea part of the night.
Like there has to be a diarrhea part of the night.
There always is.
When the TV comes back, we'll unmute it. Like when the show comes back, and it's going to be like the...
Because it is 11:57. Oh, Bella's getting right up in this microphone with me right now. But
what do you want to say,
Bella?
Bells?
Bella, what is your New
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
To count down every day between now and Adele.
Let's hear it. Resolution.
Yeah. To move out.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. I hate Blackish.
Never seen it.
But it's back. What's your New Year's resolution? Quick.
My New Year's resolution is to try to find something every day that I am happy about. Like something that makes me happy.
That's good.
Because a lot of the days I like to wallow in my sadness. Okay.
It's back. It's time. It's TV.
I gotta text my mom and be like, Happy New Year, Mom. I love you.
It hasn't happened yet.
I know, but...
Hello. It's me. I was wondering if after all the years you like to meet to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free.
I just lost it.
I did too. Okay, when we were younger and free. Why can I not remember? I think Hello is going to have to be the first song I listen to. From the outside,
I must have called
1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you?
It's so
the ball's
typical
doing
of
things.
me
The
to
ball's
talk
getting ready to do
about
things.
myself.
Okay, we
I'm
can't sing. I'm
sorry.
so scared.
Oh,
Hannah, what if we die? What if we die as soon as I'm dead? Hillary Clinton. They better push it. Push it. Oh, they didn't push it, and it just went anyway. 55, 54. Hannah.
Zach,
52, 51.
50, 49, 48, 47, 46.
Is that Fetty Wap?
45, 44,
43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36,
35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
I got my Coke ready. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23.
Guys, there's only 20 seconds
Adele,
left.
21 by Adele. 20, 19, and by Adele. 18, 17, 16, 13, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This says it's midnight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year, guys! It's 2016.
Start 2016 with a delicious glass of your favorite
Brought
malted
to you by
beverage.
Coca-Cola. Happy New Year,
That's right.
bitches!
Hold this right here, just right in front of the mic, like so we can hear like this. Enjoy that delicious sounding Coke. I know I will. How are you ringing in the new year?
What if I spilled it all over your mic?
I'm ringing in the new year with a Coke. Get your glass.
Okay, yeah.
I won't make you fill it up if you don't want more.
Nope, I got some though.
Okay.
Clink!
2016. Hanny.
Cheers to y'all.
2016, Hanny.
Hello, 2016.
Hello, Hillary Clinton.
Hashtag hello 2016.
That's why I started singing hello.
Oh,
Because it said hello 2016.
Oh, I didn't know why
say
you were
it.
singing
I didn't
it.
say it, but it just made me sing it. Oh fuck.
so happy.
Part of it. I would have been there right now. Thanks, Dennis.
Oh my god.
I would have been home. I wouldn't have stayed for that.
Oh fuck no.
Because that's so crazy.
That is insane, but it's on my bucket list.
Would you have sex with Ryan Seacrest?
No.
Like if you were straight?
I gotta look at him again.
Come back, Rai.
Come back, Rai.
Because like just right then he looked very attractive.
That's not him.
That's not him.
Oh,
There he
there's
is.
him. Maybe.
He's kind of attractive.
Yeah, maybe.
First burp of 2016. Nuts on that one. The first
I
nuts
wanna
of
burp.
2016. Yeah, aren't we supposed to like kiss for New Year's?
Yeah.
Kiss my cheek, bitch.
Mwah.
Oh, that's cute. I
Aww.
think I'm getting ready for the first fart.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did it. I don't know if it came through because I didn't want to force it too much because it's about to be a shit.
Don't.
Like it's turning into a shit.
Of 2016.
Yeah, that was something that happened in 2015. I shit my pants for the first time in like 30 years. I'm not even 30. But for the first time in 30 years, I shit my pants. Happy New Year, Ryan Seacrest.
Happy New Year, Jenny McCarthy. Happy New Year, Fetty Wap. Happy New Year, Demi
Was that
Lovato.
Fetty Wap?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I don't know.
Second burp.
No, I had the second burp.
Well, but for me.
Oh, okay. Who is that?
That looks like Luke Bryant,
Is
maybe?
it?
That like country singer?
I don't know. Who's that guy?
I don't know, Demi Lovato?
No, that's... Happy New Year, kid. Oh, this is making me happy.
I know what 2016 is going to hold. Hillary Clinton
Yep.
in the White House. I love burping
You
tonight.
love burping. Wait, my Aunt Heather went on a date?
That's an interesting thing to do for 2016. Josh Turner, is that what I said? That's not Josh Turner.
No.
Walk the moon, perform Shut Up and Dance.
in 6
You know
minutes.
what? That's rude. I will not shut up and dance. But what I will do is say thank you for a good 2015. Thank you for listening to this 3-hour podcast. And now I gotta edit and upload it.
We burped so much. We're so unattractive.
Happy New Year, Hannah.
Happy New Year, Zach.
Thank you. Happy New Year, Nicholas Minton.
Happy New Year, Nick.
And we'll see you. Catch you on the next one. Now to Agnes. Fuck.
Should old acquaintance be forgot, and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot, and auld lang syne? Chorus. For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne. We'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. The meaning of old is old, and the meaning of lang syne is long since. The lyrics, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, refers to the tradition of raising a glass. Wow, interesting. Isn't that a nice fucking song? It's 2016, bitches. Let's turn up and get fucked by a big cock in 2016. Let's make the most of this year, and let's put Bill Cosby in jail for more than 50 rapes. We can do it. Thanks for listening to MOATAF in 2015. Royal Nicholas Bandon. You the real MVP.
My name is Penis Michelle.